What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 168, I believe, of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
I believe your numbering is correct. Let me see. We're checking with the wiki. With our GG Wikipedia, it says so far 168?
Nope.
158.
167, excuse me.
It's 167?
Yes, 160, episode, The Real 167, guys.
We need to get our editors to fix that. We need to get the editors to fix our Wikipedia page.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page is all off.
Yeah,
it's all off.
exactly.
You know what happens when you have access to it? You just go on and play around with the shit.
Yeah,
you
think it was? Do you think it was?
It was deliberate. Yeah,
someone defaced it.
Yeah. This was on purpose.
Those people from Nivel Escondido.
I know.
I'm telling you,
bunch of jokers,
rascals. They are
scoundrels.
Scoundrels, exactly.
That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister, sir. What is up?
Hold on, I need to get this out of the way first.
Okay. Yes.
GG! Yep. All right.
Thank you,
now
sir.
we're ready.
Yeah, I was going to say something different about this episode.
We got to declare it. We got to declare it.
You have to.
GG.
You have to
tag
to
the Mouthful Podcast.
This is an actual tag. Like it's tagging the episode with that. Because if it's not there, anybody who's like stealing the signal goes,
exactly. This is our watermark. Basically, we're putting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also
known
fact,
as a voice mark. But yes, go ahead.
Also, fun fact: we use my enthusiastic GG to test the sound levels.
We do.
When we look at Audacity. So if it looks too red, like it probably went
just a little bit. It's all right.
Lower.
It's okay to be on the edge. We're all with the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no falling over the edge.
We're not responsible for audio loss, hearing loss.
No hearing loss. We're not responsible for your eardrums. No inner ear equilibrium issues.
If you are, this podcast is subtitled.
Yes. And it's also available in Spanish via SAP.
Via SAP, exactly. Bienvenidos al podcast de
Love it. Oh, man.
Y ahora con nosotros, yo soy perro enojado.
That's right. We did do that one, didn't we? Yes. Perro enojado.
Perro enojado y el torcedor de sueños.
That is great. We should do that one day. I just don't know if I can carry the Spanish the whole way.
I think you don't give yourself enough credit on the Spanish. Yeah, because it's mostly proper Spanish. You might stumble on the slang.
Yeah, the slang is going to throw me off. Yeah.
Yeah. So next thing you're going to sound like a professor of Spanish.
Yes.
Hola, hijos. Vamos a hablar hoy sobre el
professor. It sounds more like pastor, but sure.
Óigame, tío.
Oh, man.
Chinga tu madre, pinche. No, that's
wow.
That's not our show.
That's not what we're about.
And we're banned.
Completely. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time, please go to goodgame.tech. Join the conversation there. And also, like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. What we normally do, guys, is first we go into what we've been up to, and then and then go into various news items, and then of course finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic: what would Twitch do?
I love that we're calling it that. What would Twitch do?
WWTD, guys.
TD, yes.
I was going to actually just put WWTD, but I figured, maybe
you put the logo and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, missed opportunity.
Yeah. Let's start the podcast.
You know what?
Let's from the beginning, guys.
Let's redo it. Yeah,
Jeez.
we're gonna table it for next week. We're gonna talk about. It's gonna be open mic.
Open mic night. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're gonna improv. You know what? One of these days. No, actually, we did one time, right?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
I think we had that one time that we were like, fuck it, let's just open night it.
Just open night it. Yeah.
Let's just talk about.
You know what? We may make that next week. We may.
I don't know because I didn't feel like it came very well last time.
Okay. Well, we do it early enough. Should be fine.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
No, in the sense that it's like we talk about what we did. The first segment. The second segment we talk about the news, and then the third segment we're gonna go back to talk about what we did.
Oh no, we did it in reverse once.
Oh, we did the reversal
The Hot
one.
Topic was first, and then we just got everything else.
Yes. So news items. Mad Dog did something this week, but he's probably going to want me to go, but I'm going to throw it to him.
Okay, so fine. I guess I will go.
Before we start, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're having drinks of happiness and merriment.
Yes,
Salud.
Salud.
What are we? Oh, hold on. I need to see.
This this is a beer.
You're not supposed to sip a beer.
It's you know what? I forgot the name of the brewery. I'll bring it on the second half. But it's called Miami Vice, but Vice is spelled Weiss.
Yes,
which actually is Weiss. But if you know that's the type of beer, the style of beer that's being made, so it's obviously a play on words. The can is a very vibrant blue and pink.
Yes,
just like Miami. It's actually
just like Hotline Miami also.
Just like, yes. And
it's very neon.
Very neon.
Colored.
Very neon.
Yeah.
It's very good, sir. What do you think?
Oh, this is fantastic. I really, this has to be like right up there for me with Maduro.
Oh, nice. Okay, with the Browns.
With the Browns. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And the other one that you always bring that I always love it, but I forget the name of it because I am not a connoisseur. I don't, you're not going to.
Yeah.
You bring so many different brands.
This is the problem with too many options.
Yes.
It's like I get there and I spend probably a good 10 minutes going up and down the aisle like, which one am I doing today? So
you know which one I like that I've never been able to find out, and is that remember that orange blossom?
Yes,
thing?
the OBT one.
The OBT, yeah. The brand. I think that's the brewery.
The brewery. It's actually in Publix. You can get it. In
It
Publix.
is,
yeah,
but not the particular one.
Yeah.
I remember that Little John. No, because they have different types.
Do,
and that was
yeah.
this. I mean, they're all good, or at least the ones that I tried. The different models, if you will, they're pretty good. This one in particular, I have never been able to find, which is the first one I try, and I know if I see the can, I'll know. I'll remember. But yeah, OBT, put it up there. That's made right here in Florida.
It is, yeah. Local brew.
Local brew. Yeah, support your local brewery.
Yes.
Unless they suck.
One actually is, it's a shame that it's actually closing down, but...
You're talking about Casa de Martin?
No.
That was not closing down.
No, it's not closing. That's still going, guys.
Yes.
Still going. No, there's actually a brewery not far from Red Cypress, not far from my house, and they closed. They closed down.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think there was money issues. I think in the background. I'm not sure what's going on.
People suck.
Man,
that was good.
You got to pay your whatever. You know what I mean? You can't just not pay taxes and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know the details, but there's a Facebook page that kind of had a little bit of details leaked on it, and it became this thing. But anyway, so it's a shame because they had actually really good beer. I enjoyed it. So, all right, sir. So what have I been doing? Not much, really. I did start a new game. Yes, and I can highly recommend it. Ooh. I just don't know everybody will accept this.
You're not talking about judgment, aren't you?
It is no,
because that's exactly what I was saying.
That's exactly what you've been saying. Yeah. It's called Gato Robato.
Gato Robato. I've seen this game.
Yes. It is a Metroidvania game. You play as the titular character, which is a cat named Kiki.
Is Kiki a robot?
No, but he will jump into a robotic suit and basically
the Gato Robato.
Exactly. He basically becomes Samus, essentially. Yeah, so it gets into a space
Domo
suit.
arigato, Gato Robato. Something like that.
Pretty much. Wow. The entire thing is literally in black and white. Although it's animation wise, it's actually done pretty well. I enjoy the heck out of it. But it is straight up Metroid game. Metroidvania type game. As the cat, you obviously can't do much. The cat itself can run up walls and it can do whatever, but obviously cannot attack, can't do anything. So when she or he, I'm not even sure the sex of the cat, but when the cat is in the suit, Kiki's in the suit. I mean, Kiki, it could be
Kiki.
That's a good girl, right? Well, let's not assume here.
Yeah, let's not assume. It's
bad. Kiki the cat.
Yeah, Kiki the cat, exactly.
Gets into the spacesuit, And suddenly he's able to shoot and do everything, and of course you get pick up power ups, and now you can do a double jump, and now you can shoot a missile,
wow,
and stuff like that. And so it's very Metroid, Metroidvania, but it's very Metroid. You know what I mean? Because you could obviously there's little in it, the difference is how in Metroid you can become the little ball to get into little places. Well, here the cat just jumps out of the suit and goes into little places. You know what I mean? And so it plays around with that. It's pretty. The story basically is there's this space captain and he's investigating something's going on this planet, and then it crash lands, and of course he's stuck in the ship. He can't get out. The cat can get out.
Oh shit!
So no, the guy. This is the actual captain. The
captain. Okay.
And then of course the captain had a cat. You know what I mean? And so the cat's able to get out, and so you're on the radio with the captain at all times, and of course, which is weird because he only ever says meow, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you know what he's saying? It's this weird thing.
How did Han Solo understood Chewie?
Yeah, well, you know what? Same way, same rationale.
There you go.
Yeah,
it is in the future. So this is in the future.
This, yeah.
There you go.
We haven't traveled to the planet.
They have figured out dialogue. We have figured out the dialogue of cats.
There you go. There you go.
Meows.
Yes.
And
if you've seen Love, Death, and whatever that Netflix animation.
Oh, that crazy!
Yeah. There's one where
Love, Sex, and Robots actually is what it's called.
Love, Sex, and Robots. Yeah. There's actually one of the episodes. The cats end up taking over the world. Or like so,
nice.
So there you go. That's the future we're in for, guys.
So would you say that the cat, either he or she is Metroid sexual?
Sir, I don't even know how to answer that. So I'm not going to walk into a PC nightmare here. So, so yeah. But it's pretty good. I'm playing this on Switch for the record. It is literally $8 the game.
Oh wow, nice.
So it didn't look like it was on sale for $8. It was just $8. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's easy buy. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging. Everything you would expect from that type of game. And I love freaking Metroidvania games. You know what I mean? So when I saw the gameplay, I was like, I think I'll get it. You know what I mean? But then the art style again is completely black and white, which you can actually change like the contrast, and instead of being black, it's like this blue, dark blue, and then it's like this weird. It's weird. It's this weird thing that you can do with it. I leave it in the regular because I'm like, it's not really changing much. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's pretty cool. I'm only probably about maybe 4 hours in or something like that. I don't know how long the game is, but already at 4 hours is pretty cool.
Okay.
And so that's what basically it's a Devolver Digital joint. Of course, and we're not sponsored by Devolver Digital at all.
You're just a happy customer.
I am, because these are the type of games that I like. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Yes, I want my 20-hour
Epic.
high def epics. Everything. Yeah, I want that. I want that. But these are the little things that I love, which. It's a shame that Sony seems to want to snub these type of things, but we'll get into that in the news.
Really? I know nothing about this, sir.
It was almost going to be the hot topic.
I was going to say, this sounds like a mega hot topic. If anything.
I mean, yeah, it may be. But no,
I honestly didn't know about it.
Well, okay. Well, I'll let you know about it. But no, it's actually really good. That's really all I've been playing. I don't know if I said it before, but I did beat, Katana Zero.
Katana Zero,
I did complete.
What's the thing?
I liked it. It's so good. I actually started it again, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually." And of course, now it's more of like speed, just going in and taking everything out. It's pretty cool. The story is definitely one of those. I don't want to say it's a head scratcher, but it's definitely like you have to kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It has one of those. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it, but it's very good. You should check it out. It's not. From where you're at, it's not obviously a very long game. So So
I was to say what's that? The Action Verge.
Action Verge
is another game that it has that level of story that it is good, but you kind of have to be in it. You don't want to miss a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's that same thing here.
Could become a head scratcher. Yeah,
This one here, and apparently I found out that there is like a secret. Like afterwards, I don't know how to unlock it, but there's ways. There's keys and stuff that if you find in the level when you get to the end, there's like this. When you play the game, did you ever play like the stage select?
No.
So the stage select is actually video cassettes. So he's always recording how he's doing. So the video cassettes you put in, you're sitting on your chair, you put in a video cassette, and you select it. Right?
Oh wow!
So the last video cassette only opens up if you completed the game. And the last video cassette is like this safe room, and you put it on. And when he goes in, if you've gotten some of these keys in the game, then you unlock some of these swords, and you can switch out the swords. I haven't seen anything crazy about it. One of them is like a rainbow sword. So I just like it swipes in color. I know, or colors the blood spray. I think is what it is. Like you kill one person, is like this neon blue hits the wall. Somebody else is this crazy pink, and you know what I mean. It's just like whatever. So that's the silliest one, and of course I'm sure there's other ones. I think there's 5 total.
A lightsaber, maybe.
Maybe that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, hello 80s.
Boom, boom,
yeah.
boom.
Oh man, I have to play this game again.
Just unlock the lightsaber.
Just to see
the non-existent lightsaber.
I know, you never know.
Very disappointing.
I know, that's true. But yeah, so I did complete that. I really dig that game. I just love these guys. I cannot say enough about them. It's just they're all gameplay. You know what I mean? It's just the essence of a great video game is writing these. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Devolver just gets. You know what I mean? They just get it. It's just about gameplay, and they get it. So, but that's really all I have played. I have watched some things. Before I go into that, I went into like this little bit of an anime kick. Like I knew Evangelion is
it's
out
on Netflix. Yeah,
and
a lot of people. I mean, not a lot of people, but I heard some rumblings of people like not liking a lot some of the changes that Netflix, went ahead and did to it.
Yeah,
and that has me a little worried now.
Well, I don't know if there's changes to the actual the only change that I know of is the end song. The end song is not the same end song that used to be.
I'm trying to remember because there was a little bit more, more than that, and I don't recall if there was like censoring or stuff. But
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I mean,
gotta see.
Love, Sex, and Robots is on Netflix. Why would you?
True,
have to
exactly.
censor it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Unless it's of its time and it has some sort of racial stuff to which I can sort of see. You know what I mean?
It could be. But I don't remember what I read about it. I have to check.
So I'm preparing to start that, because I've actually never watched it all the way through. I think I've seen maybe a couple episodes a long time ago. But I want to just like dive into it. Also, by the way, I am almost done with Persona 5 anime.
Oh, the anime.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm I think 3 episodes. It's 26 episodes, and like the last 6 episodes are like, they seem to be going fast. It's like, I remember there was more to this end, and I feel like we're just so it's less battle.
If only the game could be going like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the opposite of the game. But anyway, I started going to this crazy kick, and I ended up rewatching Afro Samurai. And
oh wow, Afro Samurai!
Afro Samurai is so freaking good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is freaking awesome.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, of course. Samuel Jackson. Just everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always everywhere. So I started watching that, and I want to get into the movie because there's actually like some films that came out afterwards, feature-length films. I never did, so I was like, let me rewatch the series before I start those. So I'm in the process of that, but I just got into this crazy. I started tagging a bunch of stuff on Netflix and Hulu because Hulu has anime and Prime Video and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I just kind of want to get back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I really got into it, and now with Evangelion, just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of like sparked the interest again, and now I'm just like slowly collecting what I can collect just to sit back and watch. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised that you haven't jumped into something like Crunchyroll or something like that.
Well, I did actually. I had it for probably about 5 months, and it didn't have like any, like some of the stuff they had, I guess wasn't my type of anime. Right. And I'm not, and it's funny, and I say that, and I can't even tell you what my type of anime is. You know what I mean? But like for instance, I actually started watching Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Right. It was on Hulu. So I started watching it. Dude, I couldn't get past the first episode. I was like,
really?
This is way too wacky for me. Just way too wacky for me.
This is too super mega. This is too anime.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. freaking Afro Samurai gets crazy when it comes to certain things, but it's not like the teacher or the professor or whatever walks into the room. He's literally this big head that walks into the room and you're like, what the hell? And I was like, what is going on here? And then of course I realized, oh no, it's an exaggeration of it. And then the rest of the episode is this exaggerated everything. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and I get it. I get that that's anime that, you know, people dig, but Jesus Christ. And I couldn't. I made it through maybe 20 minutes of the episode. I was just trying to finish that episode. I was like, no, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
That's hilarious. Because I was gonna mention I did watch an anime, but this was purely because I was visiting. So I was installing a ceiling fan on my this is house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Somewhere.
Somewhere in the middle of Orlando.
Okay.
And they're super anime fans, so they watch anything, or I have to imagine it's anything, because when I started watching this show, it was like, dude, what the hell is going on? The show is about basically a group of kids that are contesting and playing poker. That's as far as I was able to. That's the only part of normalcy that I'm able to get. It has to do with poker, or it has to do with it has to do with cards. I think it's poker.
What's the name of it?
It might be blackjack also. I have no idea, dude. I'm not trying to like suggest to anybody, because quite the opposite. Like, I cannot make any sense of why was everything so super mega dramatic, bro. But to the point that, and on top of that, the worst is that they're watching in Spanish.
Oh. Okay.
Let me tell you about something about anime that is dubbed in Spanish.
I have never seen it, so I don't know.
It does not work at all. The characters, there was one in particular that had this high pitched voice. I don't know what they were trying to go with it, but it was getting me angry. It was getting me like seriously upset.
Wow.
It was so annoying, but it's what you're saying. You know, there is anime. You know, there's what we think there is. You know, is anime. Then there is, you know, the super crazy anime, and then there is like the dark anime that is like this. This is. There's do not try to make sense of it. Only the people that are really into it, and God bless them, you know, for liking it and enjoying it and understanding it, because I cannot.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, I started watching in the middle of whatever, you know, the first season what they were going. So or second, I don't know. So I can't maybe because the mom was in it too. Even though,
wow, okay.
Even the mom was into it and asking questions, and I'm like, what? You understand this crap?
Yeah.
It's like,
I actually was watching, I finished watching the episodes yesterday of Afro Samurai, and my mother-in-law, right, she comes in because it's 4th of July, and I'm just sitting there. I was like, okay. And she gave me the line that frustrates the hell out of me when somebody says this, and is, "Tú estás viendo muñequito."
Oh yeah.
For the record, for people who don't understand, are you watching cartoons?
Yeah.
Is what she asked, and I'm like, this is not cartoons. Do you see that person's head that just got sliced off? Have you ever seen something like this? You know, and I'm like, and then I just realized, you know what, you don't get it. I mean, I don't want wasting my time here, you know. But yes,
it's a lost battle.
It is a lost battle. Yeah. Just, you know. But then when I see Kill la Kill, and I'm like, yeah, I get you. I see what you mean. But no, I couldn't get into that. But it was. But I've been slowly like adding. Like I'll watch a little bit of it, or maybe I'll check out a trailer just to see, because I'm like, if it's like this other one, I can't do it. Yeah. You know, I just can't do that. But I look at stuff like freaking, oh my god, Ghost in the Shell. God, Ghost in the Shell's so freaking good.
But
dude.
I think
it's
that
like my favorite.
Part of it is the style.
It is, but it's also. It's definitely the style, but it's got a certain level of maturity to it. You know what I'm saying? There's also a level of sci-fi. It's a high sci-fi. You know what I mean? And it's just, I dig that. You know, and I remember watching. Oh, by the way, I started watching with my son Nick. He was watching One Punch Man.
Oh, One Punch Man.
Dude,
yeah,
that thing is hilarious.
Yeah,
bro.
really?
Yes, that one I could see. That one's silly. But it's not Kill la Kill silly. You know, it was this is almost like a Japanese meets like The Family Guy or something, you know, some
Nice.
some weirdness like that, and it's just like it is funny. It is hilarious. The
And it
show.
translates well.
It translates well. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely, definitely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that one's available on Hulu as well, and I think it's also on Netflix. But yeah, I don't know. I got into this weird little anime kick, and I just want to go back and watch some more. You know what I mean? It's like so much so that I didn't get to watch freaking Stranger Things 3 that came out. I'm like, son of a bitch, it came out. I didn't watch it. But I did watch a movie real quick. So before I throw the mic over, and I was saving this for the end here because I figured you get a kick out of this one. I saw Shazam, sir.
Yes, you did.
I saw Shazam.
Let's talk about DC's Shazam.
DC's Shazam, guys. Yeah, I didn't like it. Sir. I didn't like it. I tried though. And
That's okay because I was like right there. I was like, yeah, it was entertaining. You know, I see the message, but
it's. And of course, I had to. This is the messed up part. I had to convince my wife to watch it. Right. So now I owe her. You know.
Yes.
She was like, "What is this?" I'm like,
"She didn't like it
I
at all."
don't know.
My wife liked it, and you know, I remember coming out of it being like, yeah, this is probably one of the better ones that DC has done, which is not to say much.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
When you put it, you know.
But now when you have Aquaman, you have Wonder Woman. You know, these are towering over this one. And yes, this is not as bad as Batman vs Superman or Justice League. None of them, but it's still. I was like, oh,
some of the worst acting by the kids.
God, yes.
It was
so
really bad,
not good. And then I don't know what was worse. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But there were some cool moments, and here's what I can give you that I will give DC all the time: they spare no expense when it comes to special effects. Okay, they have some of the best moments of special effects that Marvel sometimes gets wrong because for whatever reason they don't just put enough money into it, or they don't give it enough time for them to make it clear in quality. And sometimes like Black Panther happens and suddenly the end fight sequence just looks like this it's like, man, exactly. So here there's moments in this which are really good. One of my favorite scenes in this film is the coolest scenes when he just slow motion jumps off the building and yells Shazam, and poof, you know, I'm like, okay, that was badass. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome, yeah.
Stuff like that's badass when he's walking and he's Shazam, poof, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, see, that is cool. And in my own head, I'm picturing, man, this could have been such a better movie if you would have used that a little bit more.
They would have taken this a little bit more serious.
Just a little bit more serious. Yeah,
not serious in the sense
a little bit, because they didn't really take it serious at all.
Yeah. It was
even the creatures and everything. I was like, okay, now, no, that's too much.
Surprisingly violent. What would you say? A little bit, like, I don't know. Those creatures like destroy a whole group of people.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, it's not like you see it. You're left with a lot of.
Doesn't he eat one of them? Just eat his head or something like that?
Yeah, but you don't. You see him bite the head, and he comes back, whatever. But you don't see the body.
You don't see the body.
You see him bite the head. Yeah. So and don't get me wrong, that still can be.
I mean,
very,
you can still see it.
That's
like,
still not.
I'll still freak out a kid.
That's not a PG level act. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like it wasn't. It didn't. I don't know. It just
they were not going explicit on it.
Yeah, it was just a weird. I wasn't sure the angle they were going for here.
Right.
The parents, although acting maybe not so great, but the parents were really, really cool.
Yeah, they were.
Let me tell you, for whatever reason, I started looking into. Not that I would do.
Adopting a kid.
No, not that I would do this. I don't think I have the temperament for it. But I mean, at that point, I have a neighbor who adopted a kid, and he adopted him. He's probably, I'd say, about 6-7 years old. The family, the husband and wife, they're white as white can be, and the boy is clearly ethnic. You know what I mean? And so, and I see this. You know, I see that if you've seen Shazam, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But there's a family that takes in foster kids, and the family, this husband and wife, were themselves foster kids. You know, so they like dedicate their lives to this. And then when you see what they go through and the level of patience and everything, I'm like, my God, man, these are the freaking heroes right here, you know?
Yeah.
And I think there's a scene, if I'm not mistaken, like, I'm a foster parent, you know, that's my superpower. It's like on a bumper sticker. Yeah. And I'm like, hell freaking yes. I mean, that takes dude, that takes so much. And I tip my hat to everybody who does it, because I'm like, man, that's something serious.
Yeah, and the message of that movie at the end, I do remember appreciating it, which was this whole thing of, family.
Yeah.
Family,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's about the family.
So, yeah. So I can't say I liked it, but although from what you heard, you probably think I took away a good amount of it, you know.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I don't think I can. I guess I can recommend it if you're in for some silliness, some silly superhero fun. Sure.
What else is there right now? I mean, it's that or Venom, and sure as hell it's not gonna be Venom.
No, don't watch Venom.
Yeah.
Don't watch Venom. But sir, that's all I've been doing.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I haven't been playing a lot of different games. Actually, I'm still sticking with Judgment, which grabbed me, in the sense that I have been. I was playing Yakuza Kiwami, but then I stopped because at some point it was like, I know I'm gonna get back to it, but I don't know. I played Yakuza 0 and I super loved it, and this one feels like a step back, but not because of anything bad, but because it was the little first game, remastered. Mm-hmm. So now I'm playing Judgment out, and I'm seeing these tweaks here that they have done here and there, and it feels good. Or I'm happy that it has them. I just wish they would have been done a little bit better, because it's still there's still a level of like clunkiness and low frame rate. I will say
really?
that bothers me. Yeah, like,
where are you playing this?
Well, PS4 Pro.
Okay.
The PS4 Pro. Yeah, it's only available on PlayStation right now.
Okay.
There's no PC version for it. I can see a PC version of it nailing it, since Kiwami was running perfectly at 60 frames. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, even the Yakuza, I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me on this, but I don't remember. I don't remember Yakuza 0 and Kiwami especially running at a 30 frames per second. I think I remember it being 60 frames. I could be wrong. Again, this could be me, or it could be that it was locked at 30 like so perfectly that it never fell. Yeah. Because this one, it does feel a little framey. I
was going to say, is this one at 30 and dipping, or is that 60?
That's what it, no, it's at 30 and dipping. 30 and dipping. And it's not terrible. To be fair, they released a patch recently.
Town, basically.
No, exactly. No, it's not Blight Town. No, it's not. Nothing is Blight Town. Freaking! Oh no, it's not Blight Town.
Okay, just check
from Dark Souls. No, this one is just like I see what they were trying to do with the engine. See, on this engine, there were sections that you would run around and it would be like fully 3D, but then there were some areas where the camera was fixed. And that's always struck me as odd. Like, why would you fix the camera here? I always thought this was like, I don't know. They're just trying to have you pay attention to this particular angle because there's something hidden here on this wall or whatever. But it was never that. It was just I think it was more to hide areas where the frame rate could take a dip. If I had to guess, I'm not a programmer like that. I'm assuming that is that, because this one I commend for the fact that it tries to do everything, everything 3D. Like the camera doesn't lock anywhere. Even when you go into stores, you can actually go smoothly into a building, into a store, and they are highly detailed. Everything is very highly detailed. Gotcha. So I can see what they to do. And having the PS4 Pro push that, it's sort of amazing, I just wish that maybe they could have polished it a little bit more, because when it happens, it's a little bit jarring, Again, not terrible or anything like that. I'm just comparing it to the previous Yakuza. And when you see what they're trying to do with this engine, I think most of you that will be interested will appreciate and will lean towards the Judgment enhancement rather than going back to the Yakuza. Yeah, the regular Yakuza, which is, I think that story is over with 6. I haven't played Yakuza 6 yet. I still haven't shrink wrapped. But at least if for that clunkiness, also the fighting a little bit. I appreciate that you no longer go into. You no longer get taken out into a loading screen when you finish, battling the enemy. You just right there. You start a fight, you end the fight, you keep on walking.
It's very GTA in that sense, yeah.
Yeah. On that sense, I appreciate that. The fighting still with the unlocks that I've done, it still feels a little clunky also. And I hate to use the same term, but I can't describe it better. It's not bad. There's nothing inherently wrong. It's just it doesn't feel responsive, but not in the sense that is sluggish. Just in the sense that it's not like, let's say I press the button twice rather than press 2 buttons. It wants to go through the animation of one and then take the arm back and then like wait a split second before he throws it again.
Oh, wow.
And if it doesn't feel as responsive as you want it to be.
Would you say that it feels more realistic, as in someone moves this fast as opposed to arcadey fast?
I would say it almost feels more fighting game-ish, I would say, in a sense. But that's not a good thing.
Okay.
That's not particularly a great thing. You can still have fun. The fights are crazy. Some of the things you do as in all the Yakuza series, where suddenly you activate, you are on rage mode, for example, and you activate the button, and then you go into this crazy thing where you just throw the guy from over his shoulder, and then you stomp on his face or do some crazy stuff like that.
Something that should kill him, but for whatever reason doesn't.
Every hit feels very brutal, on the Yakuza games overall, and Judgment has that level of brutality, as well. Things could get very punchy, very fast, as they say in the game. It's very rare to fight enemies, or at least this early, I haven't found a lot of enemies with guns. This Yakuza, they all fight with fists. They're not about taking out the guns.
I mean, it's Japan, and Japan has steep laws against stuff like that.
True. Yeah. But for that, for me throwing onto that, I am super enjoying the story of it. Super interesting, especially if you like what's it called? Those cop dramas. Very very intense, very intensive. Those types. I'm still enjoying a crap ton of that. And then funny thing is that I think one of the guys, there was an actor that was caught using cocaine, right? Or
had cocaine on him.
Or had cocaine or something like that, which incidentally is the character. He plays the character that, I don't want to say he's the main bad guy, because I don't think so, because in these games, you think the main bad guy, but it always throws you into like a topsy-turvy crazy thing.
There was always a man behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's always, but it's obviously an asshole, and I can see, I can almost see,
Well, this is how he got his role, man. I'm just saying, why are you gonna blame the guy? He's a method actor.
I know. Yes, that's a method actor.
How else do you look like a junkie if you're not a junkie?
No, he looks like he's a scary guy. Actually, he is a total. And then the deaths that I'm investigating are like there's gruesome death. Obviously, the game doesn't do anything to show the gruesome, but it does mention it, and it doesn't shy away of going into the details. It's like you're seeing, Yakuzas are dying. At least there's a case. The case that I'm investigating, there are 3 dead Yakuza, right? And they have found their bodies thrown in an alleyway or by the garbage pile, something like that. And you see them wearing their shades, but their eyes bleeding, and it's because they have literally carved their eyes out with an ice pick.
With an ice pick?
Yes, and they have gone all the way through their brains, and that's how they kill them. So they don't shy away about the gruesome aspect of their death. They just they don't step out of the way to show anything, gruesome. But
you see enough.
Imagination
and
is
enough more.
exactly. So as I'm going through this investigation, other side quests open and other investigations happen. The only thing I'm a little concerned is that I'm finding that it's falling into this pattern of you got your running missions where you are literally chasing someone.
I saw some gameplay on that.
Then
I don't like shit like that.
Yeah, and then it's like, move to the left, move to the right. It's like following prompts, which, dude, 2019, can we be done with QTEs?
I'm all right with QTEs.
I think.
I mean, as long as it doesn't like take over. You know what I'm saying? The whole gameplay.
True.
You know,
but I feel like QTEs.
But I mean, hello, God of War. God of War still had QTEs.
This one had
it wasn't. Many? It was like once. It was a little bit. Not like the originals. You know what I mean? You had more hands-on stuff. But.
I get the QTE. I get the QTE aspect of it because some things you want to make them look so cool that there's no way to have the player actually make them with complex movements. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like dumbing down everything to the game of Simon Said, basically. And
not to mention Detroit Become Human. I highly recommend, which I'm sure you have. You haven't even played it yet. And that basically is all QT. So that game wouldn't exist without QT. So just saying.
But that's cool. I sort of expect that in that. And there is some levels of QTs that I expect. The problem is I don't feel like I have a high response time anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
this is your own personal problem.
Sometimes, I might be getting a little old for this type of games, but I see a problem on the screen and it's like circle button, press it out, and I'm like thinking like, wait a minute, my head has to register. First of all, it has to draw a diagram of what the PS4 controller looks like, or what the DualShock looks, and now I have to look at each individual button. Is this the X? No, the triangle is always on top. I know that because it's pointing up.
The
X is down because it fell and it X'd out. But square and circle, I always get them confused. So
no, when it comes to that on PlayStation controllers, dude, I got it. I have it all the time. I don't never even.
But that's because you don't play any other controller.
Well, let me tell
you,
playing Switch throws me off. Because I'm like, who the hell puts the X button at the top?
I know.
What kind of stupid shit is this?
This has been a problem with me also with the Switch. Yeah. It wants me to press the Y button, but the Y button is not what the Y button should be.
I know. I'm like, I guess it's the Xbox.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? Yeah. Why? It's so annoying. Why can't
Why is the Y there?
Why is there? Exactly. Yeah. Why is there? Oh my god! So anyway, not a huge fan of QTEs. I can still manage, I guess, but
insert your get good right here.
Yeah, exactly. Get good right here for QTEs. I almost wish they didn't have them, but like I said, I feel like there's a pattern of the running with the QTEs that you have to press to be able to, like, I'm playing freaking 1980s Dragon Slayer. Mm-hmm. Then there is the other one where you're stalking a person. You're trying to you're following a person. You're sneaking out, and then this person turns back, and you have to, oh my god, you have some time to hide, but not much time. But actually, you do have a lot of time. So it's like you can wander around. Okay, where do I hide? Where do I hide? This person is actually looking at me, but let me see. Oh, let me hide over here.
You don't stand out for some reason.
No, exactly. And as soon as I run directly, this person none the wiser. And then when I hide, then the whole warning meter goes completely down, completely off.
Somebody just died behind that basket? I guess it was nothing.
I'm just continue,
Yeah.
Okay.
Gaming logic, bro.
Gaming logic, exactly.
That's what that is.
It also have, the stupid, like, I need to unlock a door. Okay, let me start playing with let me start lockpicking a door. Or the typical Elder Scrolls fashion or Fallout fashion and stuff like that.
I like stuff like that.
No, I get it. Yeah. But it's done. It's so overdone already. But
you can't undo them. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? You just press O to pick lock.
You're not gonna tell me this is the final form of these things that we do. There are ways to.
I mean,
to
the
be
next
original
form is VR, bro. That's the next form.
I can see some interesting gameplay around that, or just not have him at all. Like if not needed.
But you're a cop, and not all doors are open. So what are you going to do?
They kick him or something. Give me the option to kick him if I want to. And see, then I'll feel like okay,
that's fine.
At least it was my option.
Broken doors all over town. No one knows this crazy broken door bandit.
Yeah, it's like I'm telling you. At the end, it's your choices. They don't really matter. It's gonna tell you a story. The good thing is that the story is really good. So at least you stay for that.
Yeah.
But as far as the gameplay and everything else, it's played out. It's done. Like it has been done so many times already, and it has been done better.
Fair enough.
I'm still playing. I'm still having a blast with it, and I'm actually looking forward to what happens next because it does the thing with it finishes a chapter and then it goes into like previously.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then, but it doesn't do it very well because he should have thrown. Alan Wake did it perfect. Alan Wake, which by the way,
yes, I know. That's a new piece.
There is a chance that could be. Dude, if this game comes on PS4, you owe it to yourself to play it. Now, I'm not hyping in the sense that it's the best gameplay of all time,
I know.
but it is really, really fucking good.
Okay.
And it does the previously on Alan Wake so well. And it ends every chapter with credits. And the credits pass and it's fast. And it has a really good song. Dude, I have like 3 or 4 songs out of that game because that game soundtrack is amazing. It is fantastic. And it's the type of music that you will really appreciate, that you will really like, know. It's not like video game music or anything like that.
Oh, okay, I got you. Real music.
Yeah, it's real. It's real music. Anyway, what else can I say? I watched Spider-Man.
Oh, Far From Home.
I watched Far From Home.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Surprise. I liked it a whole lot.
Really?
Now, I'm not going to... this movie came out after Endgame, and obviously, and it has come out after like all the the other Marvel movies that we have appreciated, that we have a long list. You guys know I was not a fan of the first Spider-Man, his own movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. I was not a fan, and to this day I'm still not. Even though I think I want to rewatch it to see if I might have not been too harsh on it. It's just
I think your expectation. I think I said it, but then your expectations of what Spider-Man was up to that point, and then going into this movie realizing not only is this not connected to that, we are rewinding time. You know what I mean? We're going back to a 16, 15-year-old. You know what I mean? And
my understanding is that originally this the Spider-Man origin story sort of thing is sort of, if you want to call it, was a young boy, right? Was a teenager, right?
Yeah, it was a kid. Yeah,
it was a kid. It was not what I've always thought about, which was the Peter Parker that worked at the Daily Bugle and
he
delivered pizza.
I think I want to say maybe originally it was, but he was still in school. If I'm not mistaken, the old original ones. Yeah. But yeah, the Daily Bugle and all that, that was still part of the main lore, but that was later on, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Obviously, this movie just came out, so I can't say, there's not much that I can say about it other than I was not a fan of Homecoming. Then I saw Spidey in the not Endgame, but the previous Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And I liked his role, and I liked it in Endgame, and I was like, maybe I should give another chance to this one. I went with tempered expectation to this one, and I was satisfied. Okay. It was a solid movie for it. It's probably up there, but just go if you like Homecoming.
I did, yeah.
And you're a huge fan of the multiverse, the Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. It's the multiverse.
The multiverse, yeah.
Enter the multiverse.
Yeah. Enter the multiverse, exactly.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, you really like that.
So good. Talking about it, I might just watch it.
I can see. I think you'll like this one without any hype or anything like that, because it's not like the perfect movie, and it has so. It is. I will say this. I was getting worried because at the beginning it was kind of going slow. Okay. And it might not be. It might be just me. It might what I consider low. You might consider it. Hey, this is the exposition that they need to put. They need to explain some. This thing because
Endgame left a lot of things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, okay, so and where are we now?
when we're seeing and by the way, I still think it's stupid that they try to say, oh, this is the movie that we close phase 3 or phase whatever the phase now. That's like nothing in this movie made it feel like, okay, this is the true ending or whatever, you know.
Well, see, I don't know. Were they not looking at it?
No. I know. Sorry, I didn't mean that, because obviously Endgame is the true ending.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, then why make this the end of your phase? Because there's nothing here that, I mean, this is a good movie. Like, I don't know. Shoot. I'm thinking of movies that I like equally as this. I was gonna say like Black Panther, but then it's like, oh wait, let me tell you, because I really like Black Panther. You know what? But I did enjoy this one. So yeah, let's say this is a movie that is, you know, hey, you're gonna enjoy it. You like Black Panther, for example, and it's in itself was cool, but you wouldn't put it as the end of, you know, of Endgame, you know.
Correct. Again, I think their purpose behind it was to lay the groundwork for phase 4, I guess.
Yeah.
Whenever the next phase is. Yeah. That's what I think it's doing, is saying, because they've done that before.
Yeah.
They've done that before, where it's like, this should be the end, but for whatever reason you put this other one, this is technically the end. And it's like, and it's supposed to lay the groundwork for the new phase. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why. And if I'm not mistaken, just from the trailer that we have seen, clearly there is the repercussions of Endgame spill over into this one. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. In a way, it kind of makes sense, especially if you're laying groundwork. I haven't seen the movies, so I have no clue. You don't have to say yay or nay if I'm hitting the nail.
No.
But that's what I think their intent is. Whether they delivered on that, that's different. But I think that's what they made intent was.
You will understand. You know, it does a good job of like you're right. Some of the things we're gonna be like, whatever. This is a little crazy, you know. The fact this after, like, at one point we didn't even know, was this after or before, you know, the events of Endgame. Man. This is definitely you know, after the events of Endgame. Obviously, there's no spoiler because it shows on the freaking trailers and stuff. The movie does a good job of setting how the world is and things, and make it feel like a very Spider-Man movie, actually. I don't know a better way of describing it, but it felt like a really good Spider-Man. Like, I felt good.
That's exactly what I want. So,
yeah. So that's why I'm thinking, oh yeah, you probably want to take time and see this
go see
at the movie theater. Yeah. Because it doesn't. It's not by no means. And again, not a big fan of the first one.
You really should rewatch it.
I really should rewatch it.
It is
maybe
on freaking... Yeah. No, it's not on Netflix.
No?
It's not on Netflix. It is on HBO if you still have HBO.
I have HBO.
Yeah, so it's on HBO.
Okay.
Just rewatch it. Just give it another try. Especially now that you have... Remember the first Captain America?
Yes.
Where, in retrospect, I have a better appreciation of the first Captain America now that I have gone through all of it.
Yeah.
But at first, when I thought for that first Captain, I was like, no. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I think you will like it.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be really blown away or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to sell it like that.
It's not Into the Spider-Verse.
What is?
Nothing, as far as I'm concerned. Not even Endgame. No, just kidding.
To you, I can see it. It's man. I can't say anymore.
Fair enough.
Go watch it. And then we'll talk. Hey, if you want, we could go into a podcast separate 15 minutes of it if you feel like it.
Okay.
You know, at some point, whenever you watch it.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by? By and by is a better home awaiting in the sky. In
that said,
the sky.
The Last Airbender is some good shit. It is definitely some good stuff.
And you guys just missed that deep the super deep education that I received
That you received
about The Last Airbender.
Oh.
The cartoon. I mean, the anime.
The animation.
The animation. All right. Because we can call it, we cannot call it anime because it's not real anime.
Evidently, because it's not made in Japan.
It's not made in Japan.
Yeah. Although there are Asian like animators involved, but whatever.
But
right?
it was
Whatever.
not made in America. You goddamn noob. You anime Pokemon watching.
I've actually seen Pokemon the series. And
I was thinking of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why I said Pokemon.
you said Pokemon. I can't get into. I don't know why, man. I just can't do Dragon Ball Z, man. I just can't do it.
I can't either. But I'm not saying. Like I don't know enough about the story to know either one way or another. I just don't like that Toriyama art style. I can't pass it.
So what is your deal with Dragon Quest then?
I know. I hate the fact that Dragon Quest
is literally the same dude.
It is literally that art style.
Yeah.
It is absolutely 100%, and I hate it. I hate that aspect of it because I like the fact that it's turn based, that it's very old school, this and that, but. God, why did they have to go with all the art style that they could have gone?
Yeah,
they could have gone original, but no, it has to look like Dragon Ball, which that's what's gonna be, right? That's what that art style is. It's nobody's gonna sing anything other than that's the Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yeah.
This is probably taking place in the Dragon Ball multiverse.
Universe, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like link that is either has already happened or will happen.
Or will happen.
Yeah, but no, man. Guys, we're back, and it is time for our trailer of the week.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
breaking news.
Uh-oh.
I think Doomsday is on Facebook again.
What?
Should that be public?
I don't know.
We'll probably need to edit that part out.
Yeah. He's on. Okay.
Look, it's him. We need to get Doomsday back.
We
bro.
do need to get Doomsday back.
I'm
just for at least
Doomsday.
one episode, at least.
Yeah. Just what I was trying to say. I just want to hear
the misconnections.
Again.
I miss the
misconnections. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Oh my God.
I still have that music saved, by the way.
Dude, you guys, that was a great era of the podcast where Doomsday will play the misconnection. He will basically read the actually that's what they call it, right? The misconnections section of what was it?
I don't know. I think it was I don't remember.
Not Reddit, but the one where you sell things and
I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember. Larry's book or whatever the hell it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah, you guys know which one we're talking about. So there used to be a section there for people that will try to connect back with the stranger that they saw on the street and wanted to, say something very romantic.
Very romantic.
So
and extremely creepy.
And extremely creepy, exactly. Because it'd be the descriptions of like, and you were wearing this and this and that. And
you were just looking at me. Hit me up if you want to get on. I'm like, what the hell?
I think you just made one right there.
I might have, yeah. Oh, man.
Original stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Our trailer of the week, guys.
It's not Jumanji. Evidently.
Not
Can't
Jumanji
be Jumanji.
No.
Damn it.
Or it's not
I try
Jumanji
to get
2.
it out there, guys. I try to get there for you. But
No. It's not Jumanji 2. It's Jumanji The Next Level.
Next level. Oh, my God. No.
It is next level
Terrible.
stuff. Really bad. No, the trailer of the week is... What do we decide on?
Was that Jacob's Ladder?
Jacob's Ladder. No. There you go.
Jacob's Ladder?
That's
Okay.
the one.
All right. That's the one. I don't know. We saw two really good trailers.
We did.
Interesting, Mm-hmm. And the other one we could say it was the Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
So starting with Jacob's Ladder. First of all, Jacob's Ladder is clearly a remake because there was a movie called Jacob's Ladder many moons ago. And this one stars, I don't remember the actor, but let me tell you one of them. Let me look it up right here for. But basically, the premise is the brother of the main character goes missing. Suddenly he's found, but he is not the same person he was before, and it seems to be like he may be haunted in some sort of way, or he may be attached to
Is he haunted? I was seeing it more like this is because obviously he on the trailer you watch he evidently you thought he died at in a war, so I was seeing him more like he comes back
after returning home from the Vietnam War. Yeah.
Oh, Vietnam was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this is a period piece.
I thought wow. I thought this was. Yeah, I thought this would have been like the Persian Gulf.
I take it back. I take it back. This I'm looking on IMDb, and I think IMDb just screwed the shit up here because it has the information from
the original
current movie, which is director David M. Rosenthal, starring the main character is Michael Ealy, and then his brother's Jesse Williams. Fun fact about Jesse Williams: that is the same actor from Detroit Become Human.
Yes, he did. Yes, he is.
Yes. Anyway,
and he's also on Marvel, right?
I think he was in the show.
Shield. Yeah, Shield.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, I think it was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
So anyway, they has it here, and then when I look at the actual synopsis they have attached to it, they have the original 1990 thriller with Tim Robbins.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, Vietnam War. I guess this is a period piece. But no. Obviously, this is more contemporary, but it's essentially the same story. He comes back from a war. And the character, unfortunately, struggles to maintain his sanity. He's plagued by hallucinations and flashbacks.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That it was more...
But it's his brother who didn't go to war who seems to be having the problems.
Yeah.
And I cannot in any way recall the original, so I couldn't tell you if this is connected or maybe like a reboot.
Maybe it's meant to be like we find out that this whole time it was... the brother, the person that actually went to the war, and that he was thinking that he was living this life, and when he saw,
and he's now freaking out,
because his other brother came in, with the one that you think is the one that died at the war, but he turns out to be like the normal brother, let's call him, the one not affected by all these things that happened in the war. Maybe that's the reveal. Maybe
you just ruined the movie for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
All right.
So Knives Out.
Knives Out. No, that's Jacob's Ladder.
Since I already ruined Jacob's Ladder. For the record, I have not seen the previous the original.
The previous one?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Jacob's Ladder. And it looks pretty creepy on top of that. It looks like it has that weird, like when you see these, it always messes with me when I see in a movie a body or a thing that's moving
really fast.
Yeah, that's shivering or moving.
Like, I know what you're talking about.
It just messes with me, man.
Yes. At that point, you're thinking like, is this a horror movie? Is this meant to be? But I'm thinking it's still psychological.
It could be. Hopefully,
I'm totally down with it. Yeah, hopefully it is. Right.
Hopefully. Yeah. Knives Out, guys, is a crime drama comedy by director and writer Rian Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And that alone has put that shit on my radar. Okay,
he did Star Wars 8.
He did, which I don't care what anybody says is one of my favorite Star Wars.
It's a really good one.
It is a really good one.
He did Looper.
Oh,
Looper's
great. So good.
Yes.
So yes, this one has quite the cast.
Did he do that? No, he's not.
He did the episode of Ozymandias from Breaking Bad. Yes.
The best episode of Breaking Bad, basically, bars none. I freaking love that episode. No, I was thinking of Snowpiercer for some reason. Who did that one?
That was an Asian, I think it was an Asian director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just happens to star Chris Evans, but it is an Asian director. Yeah.
That was Chris Evans?
Oh my God, yes, that was Chris Evans. What is wrong?
What? I did not...
Did you not see him? You couldn't tell that was him?
Remember, I saw this movie before I started, paying attention to Marvel.
No, that was much more recent.
Was it?
Yes. Like you had already been seeing Marvel films. You just didn't put two and two together.
I did not put two and two together, bro.
Yes. That's
Chris Evans.
That is Chris Evans.
I own that movie. You know that, right?
I know. I got it for you.
Oh, that's how I ended up with it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
No. Fantastic movie, by the way. Also, mindfuck.
No one believes you now.
No, it was a mindfuck of a movie. With this famous actor.
Yeah, that you didn't even realize was there.
Chris Evans was there.
Chris
America's ass.
America's ass was on the screen, guys.
I know, yeah.
It was on the screen.
Snowpiercer. No, I need to pull that out. Shit.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm kind of blown away.
Why would I lie about this?
No, because now I'm looking at the. At the cover in my head,
And you're picturing somebody.
And I'm picturing actually him. I was like, holy fuck. Yes, that is
him. Yes.
That is totally him. Dude, you can't blame me for not knowing. Look, he doesn't look like him at all. He has like a thick
You're
mustache.
right.
And
it looks like...
It doesn't look
It
like...
looks like Captain America. I'm sorry.
No.
He's not clean shaven, sure.
Jesus. I bet if I tell... I know. I think you think I saw it. Yeah. Actually, we saw it.
Yeah.
If I tell her, she'll be like, no.
That would be great.
I bet.
That would be great. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is you. That's the reveal of that movie right there.
So yeah, sure. So Knives Out, actually, fun fact, stars Chris Evans as well.
Yeah, that one you could tell definitely.
Yeah, there was no doubting that.
No.
It's actually got quite the cast: Daniel Craig, Michael Shannon, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette,
Wow,
many Lakeith Stanfield, Christopher Plummer. Don Johnson, guys.
Wow.
He's having like this little bit of a renaissance. Let me tell you. That trailer was interesting. It didn't give a lot away. It's definitely a whodunit. And it's funny because I've always liked whodunits. I never liked the term whodunit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this literally wears the whodunit on its shoulder by saying, this is a whodunit that you've never seen or whatever, or you never known would have done it or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like some shit like that.
it is a very literal title.
Exactly,
for it.
Yeah.
And the problem is, every time I watch a whodunit movie, I just think of Clue. Remember Clue, the board game?
Remember Clue, yeah, and the movie, yeah.
That's right. There was
It
a
was
Clue
a movie,
movie. Was it a whodunit?
No, they went with the romantic stories.
Oh God!
Mrs. Peacock and the Colonel
Did it with the candlestick?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! This got really bad.
It did.
Oh wow!
Oh my goodness!
All right.
Rewinding. So yes, guys, Knives Out.
Knives Out is
It looks good. Honestly, I like them both. And we were kind of debating before we were coming back, before we got into the whole anime thing, that which one we were going to select. And frankly, they're both good. Even your wife was like, those both were good.
Yeah.
She was disturbed by Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, and
which I think is its purpose.
Yes, yeah.
But
that's why I liked it.
Yeah. But she was definitely intrigued with Knives Out.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll post them both. The hell with it.
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
we'll make them all.
That sounds good.
So it's trailers of the week this week.
Yeah. See, we could have picked Jumanji, save ourselves the trouble, but I'm
Christ.
obviously kidding. That trailer looks
Horrible.
pants.
Horrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Horrible. All right, guys, let's get into some news items here. News to abuse. No, the useless news.
The useless news to abuse?
No, just the useless news.
The useless news.
Yeah, so useless. Sony, guys, maybe you heard of these guys. I don't know. Sony positions next PlayStation for hardcore gamers. I am reading this off of Wall Street Journal, believe it or not.
And that was their headline. It's like Sony PlayStation 5 for hardcore gamers.
For hardcore
No
gamers.
shit.
No kidding. You think? What do you guys know?
Yeah, no, man.
Sony Corp's next generation PlayStation is still more than a year away, but its marketing strategy against newcomers like Google is already clear. Focus on the hardcore gamers. Sony chief executive Kenichiro Yoshida has even called the PlayStation a niche product aimed at serious gamers. Quote, details when making games have become more important than ever, end quote. He said at a recent company strategy briefing, the company talked up the specs of the next PlayStation, such as, quote, ray tracing, which is used for optical effects such as showing the play of light on characters' faces, which we've actually spoke about here in the on the podcast before. There's a little bit of history. Once a side project of Tokyo Electronic Maker, the PlayStation has become Sony's flagship consumer product. In the most recent fiscal year, the PlayStation unit, including services like the video game subscription, led Sony units with more than $21 billion in revenue and nearly $3 billion in operating profit. Everything else is down. Sony Pictures, smartphones, TVs, speakers, all that stuff is way down. What PlayStation?
Who would have thought?
I know,
but they're so strong. Contenders on the TV.
They are, dude. When you have LG and you have all those out there,
I mean, Vizio and freaking Chinese company TCL,
and they're doing it for a lot less than Sony. That's the whole deal. Sony prices
still
it based
charge-
on their name. Yeah, and
exactly.
I'm
It's still
like,
charged
what are you
based on their
doing?
name. Yep. They have an OLED screen that is like twice as much as the LG. Like, why?
Yeah, exactly. Sony sees Microsoft as its main competitor in the next generation, with Google a potential threat in the mid to long term as internet technology advances. One company official said Nintendo Company, or Nintendo Co., isn't perceived as a major rival, the person said, because its main users tend to be on the younger than PlayStation core demographic. I want to quickly scroll to a concerning part of this, which was what I wanted to bring up here. And I lost it now. Oh, some executives at smaller game makers says that they have felt snubbed by Sony, in contrast to Nintendo. At the Tokyo Game Show in September, Nintendo was supporting events to showcase independent developers. Sony used to do the same, but isn't planning to do it this year, the first Sony official said. And so it's an interesting article, and it's very long, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but I did want to bring it up because it was interesting to me that it feels like, I don't want to say this is, the same Sony from before, but it feels that way a little bit. You know what I mean? It feels like, it's like when PlayStation 4 came out, one of the strongest points it has was that they were, in essence, cherry picking these awesome little indie titles so that they can fill their library at the same time in between these major launches that were happening maybe twice in a year. You know what I mean? So you only had two major first party titles, but in between that you had these beautifully curated indie games that just were amazing, right? And they were showcasing it. They were all about indies back in the day. You know what I mean? And then suddenly they're just not. I mean, you look at last year's E3, they had 4 games to show, and don't tell me there weren't indie titles they could have put up there, but they didn't. They just said, no, we're going to stick to the major, whatever. Yeah. I don't know how I feel, if this is Sony of old, or am I maybe looking a little too deeply?
It feels like a weird, turn, because even if you say, oh man, we are in the cusp of seeing, first place, and this is not inherent to Sony. Remember Microsoft?
I think they've all kind of done it.
We're seeing the cusp of just Sony becoming arrogant and can be considered first place, and they don't need we don't need casual games. That's not our market where we make the most money, or this and that. There could be whatever reasons, but it seems very odd considering that we saw at the beginning of the era of PlayStation 4, Mark Cerny like touting the benefits of this console for indie title for indie developers.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if PlayStation 5 is going to it's not going to be as what was the word, open,
indie focus,
maybe, or indie focus.
So nothing has said, I guess, to clear up, nothing has said that they're not supporting them on the platform. However, they're just not the major focus anymore.
Right.
They did mention in the article that one of the major focuses are the big publishers, that they want to nurture those relationships with big publishers. And I'm like, that's cool and all.
That's cool, but there's only so many that spewing out the same games over and over.
Correct,
like,
exactly,
is that all your library is going to be?
Evidently.
And meanwhile, you have a very reactive, Microsoft that is trying to do, and anything they can do to bolster the number of studios that that they have. Buying, they're being on a buying spree. And they have maintained, or at least in the era of the 360, they maintain an awesome relationship with indies. I can't speak to this one because I was not following closely.
They did this. They did at the beginning of this, or towards the end of 360, at the beginning of the Xbox One. The same thing. The same thing that it seems like Sony's doing now. And I'm like,
there you go. That's a mistake.
Where's this? Why is this cycle again? I'm not saying that they're backing away. They are clearly bringing these titles, but they're not showcasing them as much. And Nintendo has no problem clearly showcasing it. Yeah. And I don't know if Nintendo's doing it because they're like, well, if they're not going to do it, we're going to do it. You know what I mean? I just don't know. It just feels. It feels wrong. It feels like the Sony of the old, and it may not be. Like I said, it's not. I don't know. I don't have any way of knowing this, but it just feels like they're going back into that, to the hubris that they had before, and it's like guys, you made such a huge leap here. And let me go back to that little graph that I don't know if I showed it to you, but evidently the rest of Sony's not doing well. So you're resting all your future on the obviously on the market for
the console, the platform. Video games is like the only trend, the only business trending upwards.
Yeah, everything else
for Sony right now
is going down or just staying like in the middle, basically.
Yeah, why was that line going further? Very
that was the smartphones. Sony smartphones. So who's
buying?
Yeah, exactly. So you have smartphones, Sony Pictures, which is the movie, which is going up at a much slower rate. But when you start releasing movies like Venom, you know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't help your cause. I'm just saying. And then TV speakers as well. It kind of went down and came back up. But this is a clear, through the sky. And of course, hello, this generation. That's probably all this generation. Yeah, from 2014 to now. So clearly, you know what I mean? Why would you want to rock that boat? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me. But
it does seem weird. They should try to maintain that relationship they have, because the major titles release, like let's say in the best case scenario they release like once a month, right? Every month there is a hot title. We had a year that it was almost that.
That was a hot title from first party?
From first party, from the big, the big title. No, I'm not saying literal. I'm saying in the best case. All right, let's bring it more realistic. Let's say every 2 months, one hot title. Let's say, for example, and that can still be very.
I mean, when I'm thinking first party, it's been probably 2.
Sorry. I don't mean not first party. I'm talking about
major.
The major
titles.
policy. Exactly. Yeah. So. Between those games, like what do you have in the middle? And obviously there have been some indie titles that have become like major stuff in their indiness still, and people appreciate them. I mean, look at games like Rocket League and shit. Look at. Well, can we call Fortnite title? I don't think we can call it
Fortnite an indie title. Yeah, I mean, they publish it themselves, so But no, we're not going to call it that. No, I'm sorry,
especially not now.
No,
especially not now. Yeah. But Rocket League definitely.
Yeah,
and I know that I'm missing another one.
I mean, there's a bunch. There's a bunch.
PUBG. There you go. I'll call PUBG indie because that is as indie as they come. So speaking of big temple companies, and I feel very bad about this one, man.
Okay.
I kind of want to take a moment and have us rethink our attitude sometimes as gamers. So EA, it says the struggle with the perception that we're just a bunch of bad guys. This comes actually from IGN. It says, EA's vice president of strategic growth has revealed how he still struggles with a public perception that EA is, quote, just a bunch of bad guys, end quote. And
bad dudes.
Bad dudes. We are just a bunch of bad dudes. I'm bad. and how he hopes EA Originals, the publisher's label for smaller indie-like games, will help the companies reconnect with new talent. How original that they're calling it EA Originals.
Yeah.
Yes, because they have a service that's called EA Origins. Talking to GamesIndustry.biz, EA's Matt Bilby?
Sure.
I'm going to go with Bilby. Said, 25 years at EA, and I still struggle with the external perception that we're just a bunch of bad guys. We love making and playing games. Unfortunately, when we make mistakes on games, the world knows about it because of its size and scale. And then it continues, that's end quote. While EA's numerous mistakes over the decades has soured public perception of the company, the publisher is doing something notable with EA Originals label. This new side of business helps indie games to market and the developers to keep all of the profits. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's how it's been. Yeah.
EA simply takes enough money to cover the operating costs. Bibley hopes that EA Originals label will help EA stay in touch with the industry's fresh creatives. As we got bigger, there is a concern that we have become disconnected from new talent coming through, he says. EA Originals is our opportunity to connect with that talent and those smaller ideas. While EA Originals provide benefits and wide recognition for indie companies, developing games, Bibli notes that there is a self-interest side to EA's push into smaller games. I quote, EA's Originals are also games that we don't make in the bigger part of EA or don't make enough of. So while there is still a philanthropic part of it, selfishly, it was the way for us to connect to talent on smaller ideas, he said. So, a good move, I would say. If that's the plan, and they're saying, hey, we're just collect money for operating costs and our mini studios or whatever you call them at that point. They're probably not many, but they maintain 100%, of the profits. It's something akin of UB Arts.
Yeah,
almost.
No, it was almost exactly what it is. Yeah.
Which went so well for Ubisoft that we haven't seen anything else going on.
I know, that's the thing. And this kind of goes back to last week's conversation. Like, single player obviously doesn't make money. And it's like, it does when it's done right. You know what I mean? And that's the whole deal. I'm playing one right now, and it's this little black and white, title, and it's just so much fun. You know what I mean? And it's all gameplay. It's out there. People but you got to set the expectation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't make this game and expect it to sell 5 million units when it's coming out at the same time as Call of Duty or something else. It's like, what do you you have to do things right. And you also, again, you have to set those lines. You have to say, you know what we're looking for, we're looking to sell 1 million units by the end of the year. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to budget based on that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you do that correct, this is what Ubisoft does so well with their other titles. Yeah, they're not expecting. Yes, they want to make whatever, but they're comfortable with the communities that they're building. You know what I mean? And setting the correct expectations and going, okay, as long as we know this is what we're going to get, we're going to go based on that. But when you want to push the limits, which that's the problem with that's the image they're trying to shake, EA, is that you're constantly pushing it. But you've done this before. You did this with Visceral.
Yes.
You did this with a bunch of other studios. I can't think. There's a one with a P. Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Pandemic. You've done this with all of
Origins.
them.
Bullfrog.
Yeah. So it's like you suddenly push, and Square's another one. Where with although Square on the other hand doesn't close studios down, but they put ridiculous expectations. Tomb Raider didn't meet the whatever it sold.
Tomb freaking Raider.
Yeah. And it sold only I don't know 5 million instead of 7 million. With some weird shit like that. I'm like 5 million units.
Yeah.
You know how many companies would be like ecstatic that their games sell 5 million units, and that's just not enough for you?
Yeah.
That's their own incorrect expectation. I get it. Lara Croft is a major.
It's a gaming icon.
Yeah,
you expect her to sell
more.
Yeah,
but when
I would expect to sell what it sells. I don't think the game costs that level of much to like. I think it made money regardless.
Development time. Well, no, I'm sure it made money, but development time and everything behind it, I'm sure costs a lot. However, their mistake was with Rise. They decided to go. What do you call it? Exclusive for a year at Xbox.
Oh, with Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, yeah. And then when it came out to PlayStation, people were like,
but I guess they got their money. They just got it from Microsoft.
Money, Well, we don't know how much they got.
No, we didn't.
So
exactly.
We assume they got, paid pretty well.
At least they got to be a little bit smart to understand. This exclusivity means Microsoft's is going to have to pay you.
Pay me a good hefty fine.
Exactly. But in the sense of, I totally agree. The sense of EA's trying to shake off the reputation that they're just a bunch of bad guys. Well, you're doing it to yourself when you're doing all of this ass backwards move, and your problem is you don't. You can try to do all the EA originals of the world, but when this is like trying to cover the sky with your palm of your hand, right? When you're doing that just for the sake of diverting attention from the shit that you do with microtransactions and loot boxing and all the awful gameplay mechanics, all the horrible things that they have done to the FIFA franchise on it. It just, you did this to yourself.
You're earning this look that
I can't feel pity, for big corporation that's trying to have their game.
And don't get me
play
wrong. I'm sure there are hundreds of people on their staff who are just out there doing their job, making the game that they're being told to make. And I get it. I'm not blind to that. But let's be real. Even they have to be going, what is wrong? Why are they making this decision? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what else do you have left? I mean, right now.
Exactly.
No
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
Pretty much.
No.
Well, nobody wants that now.
Actually, no new IP from EA. Right? Anthem was like their
The
big
newest
hope.
one is the Jedi one.
And the newest one is
Jedi Fallen Order. That's their next one. After that,
I guess I call that.
they got their sports ones, and that's it. I didn't see anything else.
That's EA. That's EA.
Good job, EA. My next piece, guys. Netflix reveals the first look at the Witcher cast.
Whoa! Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, in anticipation of the San Diego Comic-Con 2019, which I can't wait for. Netflix revealed the first look at the lead characters of the Witcher series in costume. Previous look showed off Henry Cavill as Geralt in a costume test with his very distinctly looking silver wig. Now we get a very different angle of Cavill's costume, more specifically Geralt's very strong looking behind and a brooding side view. Here's some pictures, sir.
Is he also
America's ass?
America's ass?
I don't know. This may be in Poland. I don't know.
Oh, okay. This is Polish
This
ass.
is Polish ass right here, yeah. In addition to Geralt, Netflix also showed off Anya Cholotra as the sorceress Yennefer and Freya Allen as the princess Ciri, both looking ready to embark on an epic fantasy quest. Both actresses are newcomers, as at least compared to the franchise seasoned Cavill, but take on important roles of The Witcher. And I'll obviously, I think we shared this on the card, but I'm going to just show you here. I believe that's supposed to be Yennefer there, and that's Ciri towards the bottom there.
Yeah.
Which are different looking. So it is important because there was some blowback regarding the swords, that he only had one sword. And it was like, wait a minute now, where's his other sword? And it's like, it's important to note that in the books, there's no specific things. For the record, this is not based on this not
based on the game.
The game is based on the books.
Yeah.
In the books, there's no specific reference as to the silver and steel.
Mostly put for as a gameplay element.
A gameplay element. It is mentioned something about silver, but in the books, but it also steel does work for many of them. So in the game, there was an element that they put into it. So it kind of blew out of proportion a little bit. Plus the look at his hair, and they're like, "What's wrong with his hair?" And I'm like, "It looks fine. I think it looks fine."
Yeah,
it looks like
you don't want to go for.
Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah, it's
want
not
the
going to look
Aquaman
exactly
look here. What the hell are you going?
going.
Not everybody can be Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
guys.
Jason Momoa have to be the witch.
You can't. You know what I mean? Or just saying.
Well, Jason Momoa is going to be in this series at some point. They're going to bring him. They're going to cast him as someone.
I hope so.
Yeah,
because as anyone, I could use some more Jason Momoa.
And you heard it here first. What was I going to say about?
Something about
The Witcher. Yeah, I'll probably play some that. No, shit, I forgot. Anyway, moving on. No, I definitely like the
look?
way that look and everything. I was gonna see the graphics. The look that
looks so real.
That HDR is amazing. The ray tracing is uncanny.
It's about as good as you can get.
I was gonna ask you actually. You have read a couple of the books.
Yes, I know like 4 out of the 7. Yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
You're up there.
Oh, dude, there are amazing books.
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
There's a reason why these games are amazing. Is because the source material is so well.
The lore's already there.
Made.
The lore is
God,
super
it's so
already
good,
there.
dude.
That's awesome. Sir, you like the Cuphead?
I do like the Cuphead.
Yeah, you like the Cuphead a whole lot, actually.
I do, and I probably want to get it for Switch because it's for PC.
Oh, that's right. You want to play for real this time.
I want to play for real.
So we haven't beaten it just yet, so that's fine. You have time. So this is probably not going to hurt you. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. Our friend Giovanni. Yeah, Sparrow Wolf.
Terrible.
Though he probably knows about it already. Cuphead DLC has been delayed until next year.
Oh, another 2020 game.
Another 20, yes. They want to get the recipe just right.
Oh.
This is courtesy of Eurogamer, and it goes a little something like this. Hit it! In an effort to prioritize the health of its employees, Studio MDHR has announced that Cuphead DLC, The Delicious Last Course, I love that name, will be delayed until 2020. While the new expansion was originally slated for release this year, in a recent tweet, the studio explained they're taking time to make sure the content meets the meticulous level of care and quality they always strive for. The quote goes to say, this wasn't an easy decision to make, but we're confident it's one that will result in a higher quality experience that's all the sweeter when it does arrive. Sorry. The studio co-director, Chad, oh my God, why did I say? I'm going to have to pronounce this. Mordenhauser. Mordenhauer.
Let me see. I'm curious.
Chad Mordenhauer.
Oh, yeah, Mordenhauer. Yeah,
Mordenhauer?
There you go. So you had it the first time.
Mordecai. There you go. Close enough.
Mortician.
Mortician, exactly. This announcement also came with the first ever look at the gameplay we can expect from the Delicious Last Course. And there is a YouTube video that we'll probably be putting on the show notes so you can see it. Because it looks pretty awesome.
Cuphead is a beautiful game.
Cuphead is a beautiful game. It's another game, another one of those games that I was. Man, if it was a little bit easier. Sorry. It's just,
if only it had an easy mode.
I probably wouldn't select it. I would say if it was easier, but it was called normal mode. No, I kid. Cuphead, it is right the way it is. It doesn't need an easy mode. Although I wish it had one. But I would not select it.
You would not select it, okay.
Because I cannot be seen playing the game on easy. Says no one.
My last one here.
My, how you grown?
My last piece, guys. Austin Thompson.
What?
Of Utah.
Is that a wrestler?
No. Utah? Do Utah have wrestlers? I guess maybe. Austin Thompson of Utah will be behind bars for the next 27 months.
Oof.
The U.S. Attorney Office of the Southern District, California, announced on Tuesday. Thompson, 23, pleaded guilty in November in connection with attacks in the late 2013 against SOE. His group, quote, Derp Trolling, end quote, was allegedly behind several denial of service attacks on online services for several SOE games, plus Battle.net, League of Legends, and Dota in late 2013. Thompson's attack preceded by about 6 months those of a group called themselves Lizard Squad, who targeted SOE and even made a bomb threat that forced a flight carrying its then president to land. Thompson was not involved in those crimes, however. But anyway, so he's this is a long thing just to say he's going to jail. So you get what is it? You get what you
You get what you reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think. I can't even think of that. So 23 years old, and he was also ordered to pay a fine of $95,000.
Ooh.
Good luck with that.
You got F in the A, and I don't feel sorry for you because you decided to disrupt
gaming
network systems.
I mean, come on.
Gaming in general. You stupid kitty. No, I'm just. I'm not gonna call him script kitty. He probably was a mad hacker to be able to.
He's 23 now. It was 2013. 6 years ago, he was 17.
17.
Yeah.
Look at that. Why? You have so much talent. Why use it for that? Anyway, speaking of PCs, nobody's speaking of PC, but I'm gonna speak of PC. I'm gonna actually talk about Shenmue 3 and why people are not playing the Yakuza games. If you're waiting for, why are you waiting for Shenmue when you could be playing Yakuza? It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Is it?
I would say yes. Actually, I would say yes. I would say if people were so into, like, what do you do? What do you do in Shenmue?
I know you have to do a job.
Yeah.
You get a job.
Yeah. There are a lot of side quests. There are a lot of things that you can do on the side, but
I think Auntie sends you to sleep. That's like you can't stay past a certain time.
You want to play a game on Lucky Hit.
There may be a cat that tells you to sleep, but I may be confusing that with
no.
the
I
game.
think that's you're thinking about Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember much of that game other than there was good gameplay that I remember, but I don't remember.
You're looking for some sailors.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
we went to the docks for something.
Yeah, we went to the dock, look for some sailors.
I'm starting to get worried about this game now.
You wanted to play Lucky Hit? Remember Lucky Hit?
No,
I mean, anyway, the whole thing to say it's. I would say the Yakuza games are very close in the concept of it. It's a large world. You go around, and if you want to do the main stories, you go ahead and do the main story. If you want to do side quests or just have fun and do weird shit. If you want to play arcade games, I think that was the thing with Shenmue, right? You could play Outrun, I want to say. Maybe?
I don't remember. Maybe because
you could play some other games.
So sure,
yeah, you could play some games within the game. It was like mind blowing at first, and anyway,
now everybody's doing it.
Now everybody's doing Yakuza and Judgment. So Shenmue 3 PC backers unhappy over Epic's Game Store time exclusivity can request a refund.
What the hell are they unhappy about?
Well, it's they don't like the exclusivity because the Epic Game Store it's built to take away my games from my Steam library, and I want everything in one place. I want one company to rule them all and be monopolistic. You know, that's what I want. And like, fucking.
I'm just okay. Go ahead, finish the story.
So, Shenmue 3 PC backers are unhappy over the games being an Epic Game Store exclusive can ask for a refund. Shenmue 3 was revealed as an Epic Game Store exclusive during E3 2019. Backers who are displeased with the decision can ask for a refund, according to WiseNet. I don't know what WiseNet is, but according to them or it. Alongside refunds, the studio and its publisher, Deep Silver, are offering alternative options to a refund. One is a key for the original distribution method, Steam. The one caveat is that backers will have to wait 1 year for them to receive it because it's not gonna come because it's a year exclusivity basically. Backers can also request a physical copy instead of a key. However, the disc will contain the EGS installer or the Epic Game Store installer and not the actual game data. That's even worse, I think. Hey, you want I know you're upset because you don't want the Epic Game Store. So how about if we instead of giving you a key, we're gonna send you the game physical. The only problem is that the physical game all it's gonna have is the Epic Game Store installer. So then you can download the game on the Epic. What kind of logic is that?
I don't know. I think that's let's get the money back, guys.
A Steam key can be requested alongside the physical copy, but again, it will be a year's wait. Alternatively, PC users also have the option to request a PS4 copy of the game instead. And it says that we are not able to offer Steam keys for Kickstarter rewards at the time of the game's release. It's a great disappointment and inconvenience for those backers who were expecting to receive them with the Kickstarter update. We deeply apologize for the unrest caused by the announcement. And then there is a breakdown of offers available if you do not wish to request a refund. So, bottom line is, at first, the Shenmue developer, whoever he is, forgot.
That guy.
But that guy. They were saying no refunds. Mm-hmm. And even though, yes, I kind of made fun of the silliness of, oh my God, the Epic Game Store is ruining PC gamers because it's dividing the platform that is still one platform. It's, whatever. I did think that it was a big move on behalf of the developers of Shenmue because they promised a Steam key.
They did.
That was the Kickstarter.
That was their way, exactly. That's what they were helping the Kickstarter.
Yeah, and it's okay if you decided that it was going to make more business sense to actually have the year exclusivity with the Epic Game Store, with Epic, basically. But then those who felt cheated by the whole thing have the right to request a refund.
Yeah.
And they say no. They basically were like, no, hey, we can give you an option. You can get the Steam version you wanted. You just have to wait a year. What kind of option is that? Or you can get the PS4. Well, what if I don't own a PS4? It's like it was really crappy. It was definitely a big move.
Mm-hmm.
Epic Games had to step up and say, well, we're gonna carry the burden of doing the refunds, for them, because of course nowadays Epic is made of money. So,
yeah. And they still want to keep. The point is to keep people happy. And how else do you win someone over than not doing that?
Yeah. I still think it's definitely a big move. I don't agree with the concept of that there should be there is a war of store platforms on the PC, because at the end of the day you do want that. You want the competition. That's how you keep Steam
on its toes,
better, getting better. You don't want innovating.
To sit back and do nothing.
Exactly. And the same thing with Epic Games. Steam was doing some policies that were shitty. Mm-hmm. So it was about time that a competitor stood over and decided to and a newcomer needed to be done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this newcomer came to fight Steam. They just came to make money. And the competition it's good.
It's always good. It's always good for the consumer.
Yeah. And remember, yes, the Epic Games Store or platform. Well, you have to install basically. It's definitely, we get it. It's not up to par with Steam yet as far as the functionality and all that. But it is. It is changing. Yeah. It is going. Steam wasn't there in the early ages. Steam was a steaming pile of shit. That was literally the meme of back in the days, And look what it has become. And I have hope that that Epic could become just like that, because I want that to happen, because I want competition. This fanboy bullshit needs to stop. Anyway, if you want your refund because you're not getting the Steam version of Shenmue, just know you have options now. You can get a refund.
The best option, guys. Get your PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah, good. If you're on the PlayStation 4, and you want to play, you're okay with playing the inferior version. That's fine. It's Shenmue, so how difficult is that to run? To run.
Exactly.
That's it?
That's all I have. Yeah, I was done.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I don't have anything major. Oh, just because I heard you guys rumbling, and I kind of want to check it out also. Half of the Monster Hunter World Iceborne story takes place in old areas.
Nice.
Monster Hunter's producer, Ryoso Sugimoto, has revealed that maybe funny how they put it, maybe half of the new Iceborne expansion story content takes place in areas from the original base game. Talking to Game Informer in a quick fire Q&A interview, Sugimoto speedily explained that around 50% of the story of Iceborne will take place on the old content. That means the remaining half will take place in Monster Hunter World's new snow and ice location, the Horde Frost Reach. Monster Hunter World story is told linearly, so in order to visit the Horde Frost Reach, you will need to have finished the base game. However, the new ecosystem changes coming in Iceborne means that the expansion's new monsters can be found in areas from the base game. If you have yet completed Monster Hunter World, and you'll still be able to see the challenges when you install Iceborne.
Nice.
That's cool. How do you feel about that, sir? Are you okay with the?
I am.
With the fact that 50%, 50% of the game takes place on the existing areas that you have already.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
There's a particular armor that I am now significantly wanting. Odogaron Master Rank armor set. I posted it on the group, and let me tell you,
it looks really badass.
That looks way badass.
That looks crazy badass.
Oh my god!
It's like well, actually, you know what? Never mind. This is right. This is Raiden from Mortal Kombat 10.
It sure is.
From Mortal Kombat 11.
It sure freaking is.
That's evil Raiden. There you go, right there.
Dude, it looks good.
Lol.
It looks good. All right, guys. Stay with us. We'll be right back with our Hot Topic. And we're back, guys, and it is time for Hot Topic of the Week.
Hot Topic.
Yes, once again,
Yes.
we have Mr. Chaos Reaper, a.k.a. Hilberto, joining us for the Hot Topic. The poor gentleman has been waiting so patiently.
Oh my God. Slightly. Somebody try to pull a Jesus Christ soon on me.
Sir, 2,000 years is not that long to wait.
2019 years and counting.
There you go. There you go.
The hell up. Ready to do this. Itch.
You okay there, Dream?
Yes, your mic is backing up a little bit. We're not hearing.
Oh, sorry. Is this better? I had to go to the
There you
toilet
go.
real quick.
Lord.
I'm back. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I'm refreshed now.
Huh?
He's done with his bathroom break. Okay.
I am done with
Just,
my bathroom. break. Yes.
Real quick, what I've been doing this week, I've just been playing the new expansion of Final Fantasy 14. I'm only level 72, almost
how's that?
73. I love it.
Yeah.
Look, dude, I love the changes to the classes. My main ones are Dark Knight and Monk. Absolutely love the changes to them, and I'm not even level 80 on either of them. But so far, absolutely love it. Love the story. Yes, love the story. The new setting. They went pretty dark on this. You know, like the themes of it, and you know, like actually the whole setup. As much light as it's flooding the world, this whole thing is dark as hell, which I'm really enjoying.
Let me ask you something. So, I'm a huge fan of playing support roles. I always like playing healer. Do I stand a chance to solo this as a healer, or what would you recommend if one of my jobs I want to be a healer?
You can definitely solo things as a healer, whichever. I think the best one for that will be Scholar at this point. But I'm kind of like talking out of like really old experience because I really don't support much. I know that the most popular one is White Mage, and it's still one of the best one, if not the best one.
Yeah, that's what I was playing when I had my characters.
Yeah, you definitely stand a chance at soloing shit. Of course, you can heal yourself. You're like the one that survives everything, soloing at least.
But it takes me forever to kill anything.
Oh yeah, I think second spot to solo stuff will be tanks, because all of them can roughly heal themselves, not a little bit, but that little bit when you're soloing stuff, it means a lot. So, you know, other than that, I've just been playing Mortal Kombat, and it's season rank thing they have.
Oh, you're playing the ranked matches.
Yeah, I posted a picture recently of me doing a brutality to someone, and under it says beautifully flawless victory.
You were like, well, this happened. I was like, oh shit.
Okay. See, I wasn't I didn't know exactly how special that picture is actually, because not only is this an online ranked match, I finished the whole set because to win it, you got to win 2 matches, which is a set. So you got to win a set. I won the set with that. To do that brutality, which is just with the uppercut, you have to do the final round without blocking.
Oh shit! Okay, wow. And you got a flawless victory. What?
Dude, I got him in that corner, and I beat the living shit out of him.
Wow.
Okay. And at the end, he tried to do something in a counter with the uppercut. It was really just a reflex, and boom, brutality, flawless victory. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, that kind of just.
I was wondering how you do the brutality. Every now and then I'll be fighting, and just out of nowhere, boom, the head's off. I'm like, whoa, okay,
yeah,
that happened. That's cool.
I did another one where you cut the arms off people. You gotta have 15% or less health to do it. I didn't know that. It's because like I did the move and boom, arms off, and I'm like, what just happened? So yeah, I've been enjoying my time. You know, I met actually some pretty cool people. Some people have been toxic, but it's not rampant yet.
No
And
threats.
no, definitely no threats. No,
Not that that's a laughing matter, but
I mean, it was a Google picture.
yeah.
Um, and not I started playing Apex. The second season came out. They have daily challenges. They have weekly challenges. They have all
Stand by. Hold on.
Oh
Sir, that mic that you're using is not being heard.
no, I thought it was in the kitchen or something.
Yeah, it's not. We can't hear you.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit is right.
I'm gonna go back to my original one then.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
don't-
You're hearing. He's hearing you off of my mic.
yeah, exactly.
Start again, man.
Huh? No.
No,
Get-
what?
get your
Hell
mic
no.
going,
I'm
yeah.
like rolling over here, bro.
Yeah. Just fix your mic. We're all right. We'll get this together.
yeah. You're just
There
gonna
it
have to
is.
repeat whatever you said because I didn't hear it.
Wait. I need to set up still.
I can hear you.
Talk
I can hear
among
actually
yourselves,
very
kids.
clearly.
Talk among yourselves.
I can hear very clearly now. So like I was
Yeah.
saying, Apex Season 2, now they have this. By the way, the skins are much better. The one for Caustic looks amazing.
That's what I
And
heard.
the one for Octane, I like it. It's not my favorite one, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the even the first skin that you get is for the Spitfire. Looks ridiculous. I haven't gotten the battle pass yet. I was supposed to get it today, but work happened and I haven't logged in today yet.
Mm.
But I will be getting the battle pass for me and my wife.
That's
I'm already
cool.
like
All right.
level 8 on it because like I said in the challenges, some of them give you experience, but the weekly ones, some of them give you like a whole level. So
Wow.
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm enjoying my time in the that's what I've been playing this week. I haven't touched Overwatch yet, but at some point I will.
And scene.
Well, Grim, I can tell you I can actually hear you now.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm here.
Yes.
So, people.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was drinking my beer, and like I said, I had to go to the bathroom. And hot topic.
Hot topic, guys. This
Yes.
week's hot topic. What would Twitch do? I was gonna say what should Twitch do, but this works better. What would Twitch do?
Yeah. Listen, when I first saw the picture, I had no idea what the hell you were talking about. Okay.
Ah, yes.
You didn't
So
know
let's take a quick peek as to what we're referring to here, guys. Shortly after E3, Dr. Disrespect, probably one of the biggest Twitch, I guess,
He's one of the
artists. Yeah, one of the
He's
biggest
one of
Twitch
the
big personalities.
streamers,
Yeah. Basically, he got.
I just want to add real quick that I have never heard of this guy until today.
Oh, well,
Oh,
he's
wow.
pretty big. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
pretty
he's
big out there. And so he got banned from Twitch because he entered a bathroom while recording,
During
which
E3.
Yeah.
during E3,
During
which
E3.
in itself is kind of creepy, you know?
I will say
a little
in itself
weird.
is illegal.
Yeah, and it's also illegal in the state of California for that. I don't know if it's illegal in any other state. I assume.
I think it's legal everywhere.
Yeah,
It's just particularly costly.
You think,
yeah,
and I hope it
particularly.
is.
one would assume.
Yeah.
It's,
That's
that's
the
a serious
case.
bad taste. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. So he ended up getting banned from Twitch, and of course, we didn't know what the whole thing would be, and it ended up being just a 2-week ban. And
Wow.
not only is he back, he has yet to actually take, had to do any programming at all.
Right.
He's
I read
already
that
over
the-
220
that his
subs.
channel is just back online. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He's got 220 subs. He's already have people donating money. So he's really already back rolling in money that he had basically before. So the question comes to this to say, is there a repercussion for what he did? What's the deal here? What's the deal with Twitch? Are they just asleep at the wheel? Do they care?
It's I will say here's the thing. This is this is the problem that I have with this major streaming platforms. YouTube, you might argue, it's still one of them also, and of course, Twitch, as all we know, and Mixer, whatever they're doing over there at Microsoft.
Yeah. Mhm.
The fundamental problem is that they clearly to have the rules, right? Their code of conduct. However, you clearly see they don't get applied evenly to everyone. They're always going to give some preference, some more leeway, some more many chances to the streamers that are racking the money in. Because you got to remember, yes, Dr. Disrespect, along with many other streamers, they can make money. They make a lot of money, but so much more does Twitch.
Yes.
Which is the whole point, which is the whole business system. And what bothers me is that you have a situation where, let's say you and I or any other minor streamer or maybe user, will do something like that, and they get permaban. They get the hammer. And when we heard the news of the actions of Dr. Disrespect, this is a character. As a matter of fact, when you get the chance, they mentioned his name. I don't know if it matters mentioning him, but
His real name?
I feel like his real name is whatever, because I feel like all this, obviously Dr.
Beam or
Disrespect is a
something?
character.
Yes. Michael Beam or something like that.
Yeah.
Beam, BEAMH
Yeah.
or whatever.
There you go.
Guy
we,
Beam.
we got to remember. There you go. We got to remember these are
Real
normal
people.
real people. They're playing a character. They're playing a character. This is all a show. And he streams. He puts on a wig and glasses, and like his shtick is that he is very crass, very disrespectful, very I don't know, very in your face, whatever.
Yeah,
I
very
don't watch him.
abrasive.
I don't watch him often, but I know that this this thing happened. If I do it, I get permaban. If he does it, he gets a 2-week suspension. Everybody was expecting Twitch to
drop the hammer.
show, to show, hey, this is there are you went too far, this time. But just like YouTube's situation with PewDiePie. Remember how when PewDiePie started doing the thing with the racist videos or whatever, whether they were intentional or not, I do believe that they were not like clearly trying to be intentional. I'm not saying PewDiePie was racist or anything like that.
What
But
about? And I'm trying to interrupt, but what about that Logan guy with
Logan Paul?
with the dead person in the forest, like that?
Oh,
that
yes.
shit, that was a
I
big
remember
thing.
that.
Yeah. Now, in Logan's case, he lost a lot of like sponsorships and stuff and stuff like that, and even the show that he had playing with YouTube. But it's still it doesn't take away the fact that it's still a double standard. It still gets applied, unevenly, because of course you don't want to take away your one of your main revenues.
Yeah, one of your big breadwinners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the bigger the bread they win, the bigger the bread Twitch wins.
Of
Mhm.
course.
And that's the double standard that I mean, it exists in all industries. Let's be real
true.
here. You know what I mean? But it's a sad thing where, I mean, in the case of this, when you really, really, really look at it, there were kids involved. You know what I mean? Where's the line?
Mhm.
Where is that line? I mean, obviously, kids is not the line for Twitch. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that's okay. It'll be all right. He'll learn his lesson. You know, and I'm like,
Not with a
No.
2-week suspension.
no, of course not, because he it's literally a hiccup in his own revenue stream.
Not even. Won't that make him bigger now that he's getting more subscribers?
Potentially can make
That-
it. Absolutely, yeah.
Not
That
to mention
is-
all this media coverage that he's getting for free. I didn't hear about him. Now I know about him.
Now it makes you wonder. That was a perfect example. You didn't hear about this guy, even though he's big on on Twitch, and you obviously
Apparently
been on
he's
Twitch
huge.
and stuff like that. But you hadn't heard about him. Now you do,
Mhm.
And and the interesting thing about this is on the like this is not the first time that he has had some sort of controversial thing going on. The first time it wasn't him being crass, but more like him talking about admitting to having cheated on his wife on the stream.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
And
Yes.
that was that was a whole thing. He decided to take a break, whatever of it, because he needed time to think, or whatever was the situation there. Then he came back, and you could see the influx of support and subscription and money,
He
because
broke records.
people will do donations and stuff like that. Was crazy. Makes you wonder. Yeah, makes you wonder. And it happened again now. It happened again with this one. He came back after 2 weeks, the little 2 weeks
I was
slap
about
on the
to
wrist
mention that it happened
suspension.
already.
And you see them, you see him obviously even gaining even more subscribers and stuff like that. So is this just a publicity stunt? Is this what Twitch has devolved now, to where you just have to make a controversial
put it
publicity
past
stunt
I won't put it past them.
to be able to to gain even more subscribers? It's kind of ridiculous, and it kind of makes Twitch look like like I don't know, like you could do whatever you want in it,
Mhm.
Because the other day, I don't know if you heard, but the Valve's latest game,
I
Half-Life.
have a game.
Not Half-Life, definitely not Half-Life. Artifact.
Oh yeah,
You remember the thing with
the
Artifact?
card game.
The card game. That game went nowhere. I think they're done with it. Anyway, the thing is, some people was trying to gain attention, or I don't know if it was trying to gain attention. I think it was more like trolling the streams, the Artifact streams, to where they will be streaming porn and some like nasty crazy shit on it, and stuff that is completely unrelated to the game, and like what can Twitch do what did Twitch do in that case? Well, supposedly there are they say Twitch is suing some of the people that stream like the most awful content.
Really?
Yeah. They're suing the most.
There's also a lawsuit involved now.
There's also supposedly, exactly,
Allegedly.
to a bunch of John Does, and because of they can't identify, or they haven't been able to identify all the people that participated on the craziness and the pornography
Oh my god.
on Artifact. But you would think a program like a site dedicated to streaming and allow and disallow particular stream would be a little bit more prepared for attacks like that.
You think so?
You would
Yeah,
you
you
would
would.
think that it would work like that, but they're not gonna. If it's not something that is going to bring them money, like it'll benefit them monetarily, they have no incentives to improve.
These people
know?
care too much about numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What?
that's
Like, why?
the same old why that we always bring up.
Mhm.
Whenever you,
Always.
we say it all the time here. Whenever you think to ask, why would a company do this? Think of the same old why. The same old why, guys, is money.
Yeah.
When you put money into that equation, you suddenly go, well, of course.
Oh, of course. They just want
That's
more
what-
money.
It's the same thing. It's like, why wouldn't they just ban him completely? Just say, you know what? No, man, you're done. How can you do this? You know what I'm saying? This is borderline child pornography. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because this is what they're doing. So how can that not be the answer? Oh,
Mm.
well, he does kind of make a lot of money for us.
Mm.
Do we really want to lose that? And it becomes this really sticky situation. And unfortunately, I got to say it, I lose a lot of respect for Twitch as a company, as a brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, we don't Twitch much. We don't go on Twitch as much as we used to do. You know what I mean? But it really makes you think twice. Like, do I want to even bother? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Is that should
Okay.
I find another outlet?
Okay, now the question is, considering that the permaban was never going to happen,
Mhm.
what would have been a more appropriate punishment? Okay, obviously 2 weeks is too little, but and the article
Demonetization.
does at some point mentions it. Um, they could have made an example out of him.
Demonetize. Demonetize. Honestly, and I don't mean total demonetization because obviously I understand that's a livelihood. That's his job. I'm not gonna be pontificating here that streamers don't have real jobs. No, you know what?
No.
You're spending this is your craft and you're good at it, and you're making money. Therefore, that is your job. So that's fine. But a percentage of monetization for an offensive act or something of the like is something that will
Well, hurt.
curtail the use of trying
I mean,
to
that
be
They could completely demonetize them for a period of time.
I mean,
True.
if that's the case, then you might also just ban them for 6 months.
yeah
a year.
at that point
You know,
that's a ban,
12-month
right?
ban, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going
12-month
for
ban.
2 months.
Well, man, maybe 12 months allowed, but maybe 6 months, right? It has to hurt. It has to say, look,
Yeah.
what you did, this is the repercussion for somebody who literally does something stupid like this, because this is what it is. It is a stupid act. You know what I'm saying? And do I think he had an intention to, did he mean to do this? Actually, I don't. I honestly don't think he thought anything would be wrong with it. I thought I literally think he was something he thought would be funny. Because to be fair, the guy, I don't follow him, I don't watch him, but I have seen stuff of him, and he could be funny. You know what I mean? He looked at this and said, "This will probably be humorous. Let's give this a shot."
Yeah.
And didn't in any way think that this was going to be wrong. And the problem is that you have to, and it doesn't matter if it was intentional or not. There are repercussions. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you get I'm trying to think of an example. You get a ticket. David and I working. You get a ticket, for speeding, and you didn't mean to, or no, running a red light. Let's say you ran a stop sign, right? You didn't mean to run a sign. You didn't see it because of whatever reason. Yeah, we get it. It wasn't intentional, but you still did it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It still happened. And you have to face the repercussions of it happening.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't that happen for this as well? You know what I'm saying? What it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, I feel like the repercussion happens sort of. It just it feels like it was too weak. Like
That's what I'm saying. Then it's not a repercussion.
No,
This
exactly.
This is literally a buildup.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you stop the flow of something, and what you're doing is just letting it build up. You know what I mean? And then when you release again, boom, suddenly you're doing way better than before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like that's not a repercussion.
Yeah, this is the moment that Twitch had to
Make an example.
This is the big moderation moment for Twitch, and they just blew it.
Yeah.
They just fortunately.
So what we'll probably see now is, well, so to answer your question, Chaos, I think maybe I don't know, somewhere
months
between
sounds
4
like
to 6 months. You know what I mean? It's like it's got to be enough time that whatever that you feel this, maybe you have to now live off of whatever amount of money you've saved up. But you know what?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, when you come back, hey, maybe you'll have a huge party with whatever. But guess what? You will think freaking twice about doing some dumbass shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like, hey, find out, is there a law against this? Then we'll do it. And it's just being responsible. It's just forcing someone to be responsible, to take ownership of the action that you did. But by doing this, it does nothing.
Yeah.
It literally does nothing. If anything, it helps his channel.
Right. Well, not just that. What are we gonna see after this? Just an escalation of this.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I think we
exactly.
see
Yeah,
it.
it's
Because
possible.
people like to push boundaries, and
Yeah.
if it's gonna get you views, if it's gonna get you likes, if it's gonna get you money,
Exactly.
then people are going to try it. It's not a matter. It's not a matter like are they going to, like, when are they going to do it? And then at some point, Twitch will be forced to step in. Otherwise, well,
But
they're
you
gonna
know
lose.
what? Legally.
Yeah.
Legally.
There's a
So
precedent.
correct, because there's a thing about like David, and Chackrod and I, we got GG the logo, right? We got that trademarked, right? And we actually paid
That's
for
awesome.
everything. Yeah, it's completely trademarked. No one owns that version of GG the same way we have on our hats, right? No one owns that. We own it. I actually have it. I have it on a plaque. It's in the house.
That's awesome.
That's
That
exactly,
is so awesome.
Yeah.
So, but there's a thing there, right? So if we see someone using it and we didn't authorize them to use it, we have to take action, right? We have to take action enough. Sometimes it will look severe, but we have to, because if we do not, guess what happens? If someone else does it, we've already set a precedence over here to say it was okay.
That it
So
was
now
okay.
if we try to take action on the second person,
Why can't I do it, but they can?
correct.
Mhm.
And suddenly in a court of law, they go, you cannot say anything now, even though you own the rights to it, because you didn't act the first time. So the same thing here, right? So let's say, I don't know, the next person, whoever the next big Twitch star is, you know what I mean? They come in and they do something crazy, and they're like, and now they get banned for 6 months, and they're gonna be like, oh, whoa, wait a minute now. Now I don't know if they're gonna have enough money to sue Twitch, because Twitch is a big company. But let's just say, for instance,
They have the balls to do
they
it.
balls to do it. A good lawyer is going to come in and say, you didn't set the precedence over here. He gets a 2-week ban. Otherwise, we're going to take this to litigation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's simple. It's simple law. That's the way it works. So they screwed themselves here. You know what I'm saying? They screwed themselves, and like you said, possibly open up the floodgates for more dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Next thing is that hate speech, which has happened already, and I mean, it happens all the time on Twitch. But are people getting banned equally for it? That's my question. Because the moment you start showing preference, it's like you're saying, you start setting that preference, that precedence that, well, they got away with it. Why can't we? Or they got away with it with a slap in the wrist. Why am I getting permaban? And
Well, I was looking up here what is the average ban time in Twitch on Twitch, and it doesn't say, but it says most violations result in a temporary suspension of 1 day up to 30 days and a
30.
strike on the account, and then they can remove content, and obviously this can go up to banning it if you get 3 strikes. Blah 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 blah.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, look at it this way. Let's say, here's the other, or the flip side of the coin, as I say, right? If, let's say, for instance, they do the ban. Let's say they ban it for 6 months, and Dr. Disrespect says, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to take me and my audience, and I'm going to go over to Mixer, or I'm going to go over to YouTube. Now Twitch is like, son of a gun, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
And I get it, right? You know what I mean? There's to being in business, I get it. You have, hey, you need that, you know what I'm saying? You need the content
you need the
makers,
content creator, yeah.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, is that what you want on your channel? You know what I'm saying? You got to be picky. You don't. I get it. You want to be the top dog in the streaming world, but you got to curate, right? You got to clearly this person's a bad seed, and it's not the first time. You know, it's not like it's an isolated incident. You know what I mean?
So give 2 weeks. He's probably gonna do it again or worse.
Especially if he had such a nice boom in his subs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Let's give it. I mean, how long between the affair thing and this incident? How long? How much time in between those 2 events?
It's like
Probably
3 years.
Let me
3,
see.
4 years?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Dr. Disrespect.
I think I'm gonna say it's like.
I think
4
yeah. I think
I had to take a guess. I would say like 4 years.
I
4
want to
years?
say this was in 2017.
Oh, 2
Yeah.
years.
Oh shit!
2 years. 2 years.
All right.
When was
Then I'll say that like within the year he'll do it again.
look up real quick, Santos. There was an incident, and I'm not in any way insinuating this was faked. It's just an incident that happened. There was a shooting, or shots fired, or something. Some attack happened while he was streaming at his house.
Who does the Disrespect? Oh, that's right.
Disrespect, yeah, that also happened. And again, I'm not in any way insinuate that they did not happen. I don't want to say that. I'm just curious as to know when it happened.
That was around. That was last year. That's last year around September, where he was live streaming and then he stopped streaming suddenly, claiming that someone had shot his house. I don't know much about what happened with that. We just started to see a pattern of
It's a little bit of it. And again, it's not.
making headlines, and then
just
suddenly,
to get support because some tragedy happened.
Yeah.
Which is possible, I mean, again, I'm not trying to say that that's what's happening here on any of these incidents. I'm just saying, using the mind of insurance, I hate to say this, but using that mind, it's like at some point when you start seeing a pattern, you're like, okay, something's up. The risk here is too much. And at some point, you got to cut ties. And I don't know.
So another question is, how far is Twitch going to let him go before they take some serious action?
I mean, at this point, he's got to do something obviously incorrect. He's got to slap his wife or something right on the air. You know what I'm saying?
Live?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I want that to happen. I'm saying it's going to take something to. It's going to take it, and even then, I don't know. You know, you start thinking, it's like maybe that's not even the line. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, because again, in the end, it's money, right? It's the same old why. We need him here because if not, he's going to go to another a site provider to put his content, and we're going to lose these 20,000 subscribers that we have here all the time putting in money. 20,000 subscribers at whatever they put in, that's a huge chunk of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I should get account.
So, that's the shameful part, guys. But do you guys have any other thoughts on this crazy incident with Mr. Guy Beam?
I was looking at the video.
No wonder he changed his name.
I was talking. Hey, no disrespect. I was looking at the video of the shot.
He can take some disrespect.
He's the doctor.
Yeah.
I was watching the video of when his house was shot. And he was in the middle of the stream, and the house was shot. And he says on the video that he has to interrupt because someone shot his house, and that this is the second time, and then the day before someone shot at his house, and now he heard that someone shot at his house again. So I don't know, man. It's crazy shit like that. It makes me.
I mean, it's possible. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that I'm not doing anything like that.
People crazy enough to do it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a step forward. I'm not gonna sit here and claim that this was deliberate. Obviously we all have fails in judgment, and we do stupid shit, and he did this stupid shit. The problem is that he's noticing this stupid shit is actually making him money, rather than affecting the career. So now, is there an incentive to continue doing stupid shit? I believe there is. Just like you said, it's like in about a year or so, we can hear about some stupid another controversy. I don't know why I say controversy.
That's fine. It's very sophisticated.
Very very European. And that becomes a slippery slope, because now we have, suddenly it becomes a trend where every other streamer is just trying to
one up him.
One down themselves.
Oh yeah, I guess you look at.
Yeah, and then what will Twitch be? There's so many young people that watch.
It's a lot. I honestly didn't know that streaming was that big. Like, I know there's people that make like millions of dollars, but I feel it's like one or two people, but apparently there's quite a few.
Yeah,
no, there's a lot.
It's a career for a lot of people. Yeah,
there's actually a friend on the group, Brett McLaren. He's on the group. He has a couple that he knows, and they both stream, and they are close to six figure. Making six figures on that stuff, and it's just like, yes, there's money there, man. There's money there, and hey, and that's good, man. You know,
But
what
it's
I'm
a job. You literally have to stream
It
for
is a
like,
job.
8, 10, 12 hours.
Yeah, it is a job. Yeah, exactly. You want to do that, you got to be there with the community, which again, that's cool. You know, obviously there's a lot to be said about people who burn out on that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But at the same time, if you could do a healthy lifestyle doing that, yeah, man, do it. But you got to think, you got to remember, it doesn't matter that you are, you know, it doesn't matter that you don't think you're popular. Once you are out there and you have a community, you have a responsibility.
Mhm.
You know, you have a responsibility to set an example. And frankly, if you don't want it, then you got to step down. You know, it's because that's the deal. When you have 200, he has what, 20,000 subscribers, over 3 million followers. You have 3 million followers. Yes, you have a responsibility to, you know, to lead an example. You know,
Yeah.
a good example.
At that point, you are 3 million people's role model.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
to do anything less is irresponsible and foolish. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that brings us to a end of the real 167.
Yeah, I got it right.
You did get it right. I got it wrong earlier in the show, just
Are you
FYI.
serious?
I said 168. I was like, wait, I think it's 168.
You need to fix that now. You need to edit it.
Nah, you
No.
guys know.
I
This is-
did.
it is what it is.
I looked it up before
Oh, I didn't doubt
Put it
you.
out
I just
there.
didn't look. Yeah, I didn't doubt you. I just didn't look what you put. I was like, I think it's 168. I got this. And I screwed my
I'll
own
be right.
pooch.
Plus, you didn't say the real, so that's why you don't.
That
say
is
the real
true.
Anymore.
Oh my
That is
god!
true.
See, it was not
Seriously?
certified.
Come on, man. Dog.
It wasn't
What's
certified
happening?
until I said 167, the real 167. I apologize. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, please go to goodgame.tech, join the conversation there, and of course, like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Chaos Reaper.
Famous
Guys,
last
thank you very much for. I don't know. I thought it was gonna add a little bit something else there at the end because he usually does, but it didn't this time, of course. No.
Toes.
Sorry, it took a little bit longer today. I did work a little bit later today, but this was again a very interesting topic. I didn't, like I said, I had no idea who he was, and I didn't even know this was happening on Twitch. But
Yeah.
this is considering how big Twitch is in the gaming world. It's all about gaming, right? As far as I know.
They do some stuff. I think they had some cooking stuff and weird.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
they have.
But for
they
the
have
most part,
talk
it's gaming,
shows, They have
So yeah, this is a key part of gaming, you know. So I'm glad we covered this. I'm glad it's been brought to my attention. I'm still not gonna watch his videos or follow him.
I can't say I blame you.
So
Never say never.
yeah, guys. Hopefully we'll be able to post a hot topic a little bit earlier next week. Just at least
Hopefully.
something, considering like within less than more than 12 hours in advance.
Hopefully we can all just be together for one full episode. It's gonna
By the
happen.
way, we need to look up that conversation we tabled because we need to review that podcast.
I swear I listened to. It must be like really early in our segment because I didn't catch it, and
Really?
I'm on the later part of it. And I'm like, no, we're talking. No, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Damn.
Figure it out.
Okay. I guess. Well, I'll go through it, see if I hear it.
See if you hear it.
All right, guys. Have a good
All
night.
All right, sir, and Mr. Santos, aka Dream Twister, take us home.
I propose
Oh,
that we have a challenge.
oh,
We're
damn!
gonna call it the Twitch challenge.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness!
Real man. For the next week, we consume no other content, no TV, no movies, no nothing else. We watch only Twitch as our source of entertainment for
Wow.
1 week.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to. Well, I guess I could find something to watch, but I mean, what are we getting out of this?
It's a challenge. What do you get out of a challenge?
I just
bragging
the
rights.
experience.
Yeah, the experience. Let's see how it transformed our mind.
Okay, are we really gonna do this though?
No.
I don't know if I'll do it, but I'm not gonna
Really?
just do that. All right, because otherwise my wife is like, "What are we watching here?" I'm like, "Honey,
Like,
just
what?
chill." It's
You
Dr.
leave
Disrespect.
your wife to watch whatever show. Yeah, honey, I'm taking part of a scientific experiment
Oh yes,
to
a
see
social
how
experiment.
much a man could take. Yes.
Oh god, yeah,
Could
no,
take
I honestly can't.
consuming
Can't do
just
that
Twitch
challenge.
for a week.
I mean, I can't. It's hard for me to sit down and watch a stream.
If you
I
guys, if you guys want us to really take this challenge to heart and
Oh.
do it, comment below. We're gonna see if people comment enough on whatever post, or if you want to make it a separate post, whatever. Just
Yeah, I'll make
put
it like
yes,
a- yeah.
do the Twitch challenge. I will commit for a week
Okay,
to
so
not watch anything other than.
That
here's
sounds
my
like fun.
here's my rebuttal.
Uh-huh.
We make it first off. We
It has to be honor.
yeah. We'll make it a week, but it has to be a work week. 5 days instead of 7.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
All right. I think.
But I'm saying I'm saying if people want us to.
Yeah. Well, I'll put
Yeah.
a poll up and see what they do. See what they say.
No, don't remind them. I just want to see if people are listening to the podcast. I'm not ready to do this.
What the hell are you
I
promoting it for?
Well, okay. How about this? Something. How about a little bit more manageable?
Then? Okay.
How
A
about
full day.
all three of us? No. How about all three of us from here to next week? We all stream at least once
Done.
for an hour.
Oh, that's so easy.
That's done.
That's not even a challenge. Come on,
that's
bada
not-
bing.
Stream. When's the last time you streamed anything?
1974.
There you go. Exactly.
Can't remember what it was. The thing. Oh, Extra Life. It was Extra
Oh,
Life.
there you go. Yeah. I play Shadow of Mordor or the other one,
Such a waste.
Shadow War.
There you
Shadow War. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good game.
go. All right. So let's do
Right.
that. How about we do that?
Let's do it. Let's see if we
Alright.
can get at least 10 subs.
Fine.
Wow,
my-
you're
twist
asking
my-
for a lot.
Twist my arm.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. GG!